Good evening, gamers, and welcome to tonight's CF1 broadcast. I am your host for the evening. I go by Speezy24, and making her CF1 debut this evening, Kura Hanako. How you doing tonight?
Doing great, and I got the headphones all lit up and everything. I am ready for a great cast and a great game.
Absolutely. We love to hear that. And tonight we are going to be in for a fantastic game. We're going to have the Spartans of Michigan State taking on, I believe, the Shockers of Wichita State. So both teams didn't start so hot split 2, but hey, they made it this far. They made it to the second split. Now they're battling for those top 3 spots. But taking a look at the standings in the Central region, UH Premier, Oregon State, and Longhorn Gaming all take their first week victories, which I don't think is a shock to anybody, really. We've seen these teams do fantastic in the past, and UH Premier has been a staple in the power rankings for all of CF1. Kura, anything stand out to you? I know you're new to CF1, but anything you want to see from either Michigan State or Wichita that can help them get to the next level?
What I want to see, I think you were talking this a little bit before about bringing in a Viper, because Viper is very, very strong now.
It's our first cast together, and you already know the weight of my heart is to bring out the Viper. We are going to be on patch 2.07 as well. That patch was live today. The major change there is going to be Astra's Gravity Well, so she will be able to pull players off of the spike. It'll be interesting to see how these teams have adapted to that, but like you said, with the new meta comes an entirely new set of power rankings, which should be coming on your screen momentarily. Taking a look at these here, the three CF1 members to give those power rankings, Beanies, Kieran, and Scotty, who's I'm informed has let you know what that secret formula is, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
Can we get some sort of like insight? Is it really a secret formula? Is Scotty just saying that, or does he have some logic behind this?
Oh, there is definitely a lot of math involved and a lot of Excel spreadsheet, let me tell you, but I will not divulge this secret formula because it is secret after all, Speezy. Can't do this to me. My first day on the job.
We have to put you under some kind of pressure tonight, but the big thing that I'm looking for on these power rankings is the fall from grace from San Jose State. Beanies has them dropping 4 positions down to that 5 spot. Kieran has them dropping 2 positions, and based on the secret formula, they are not on Scott's power rankings at all. That was thanks to a great victory from UC Irvine over San Jose University. So props to them. They're showing that they belong on these top power rankings. And the big shock for me is Cal Poly Panoma. They've had a great couple of weeks, and they're now featured on their first 2 power rankings. So shout out to Cal Poly Panoma. We hope you can stay a while. We're here for a long time, not a good time in CF1.
Wait, but we're here for like a good and long time, right?
It depends on the teams. Right? Some teams we weren't here for a long time, but tonight might be a good one. It should be a long one, maybe a good one. We'll see. Who knows? But again, tonight we will be seeing the Michigan State Spartans taking on the Wichita State Shockers. And we haven't had many chances to watch film from either of these 2 teams. I think we've each watched about a game or so from each of these teams. But taking a look at what we can expect, right? Last week, Michigan State fell in a 2-0 to Oregon State, who's number 3 on Beanie's rankings, number 6 on Kieran's, and number 5's on Scotty. So I don't think that's a shock to anybody, right? OSU has been a powerhouse team for quite some time in CF1, but I do want to point out they did have a couple of close maps. Haven 13-11, and if I'm not mistaken, Split, which we will be seeing tonight, went 13-6. So Michigan State, they have a point to prove tonight.
For sure, and Split is always a surprising map to see in these competitive leagues because I feel like a lot of teams just ban Split and ban Icebox, so I never get to see it, and I'm very excited to be able to cast one of those tonight.
We talked about Icebox, and it's one of those maps that with this kind of controller meta, I think that a lot of teams will start to develop a certain play style on. I mean, we were talking earlier before the cast went live. We are just measly gold, platinum players, right?
Hey, can't expose us like this. Hold up.
Hey. We have a saying around: who can't play, coach. Those who can't coach, we cast. So I think everybody knows we're not radiant levels. But with that being said, right, I think we're seeing this more developed and more controlled play style, no pun intended, because of the Vipers, because of the Astras, and maps like Icebox, where there are a lot of tight corners, you can really control what the enemy team sees with that toxic screen, with those nebulas. So I think that's something we'll definitely be seeing more in the weeks to come. And I'm very curious to see how that's going to develop and be a part of CF1.
Yeah, especially since I believe this was on Sunday. Sunday is not yesterday. My days are a little iffy now because, quarantine, every day is the same day. But on Sunday, we did see Xset and 100 Thieves on Icebox, and we actually saw them play kind of those flashless comps. It's not maybe something we will see in the future, but Xset did play that Viper and Astra, which was absolutely nasty. So maybe we could see that kind of go on to those other maps.
I mean, everybody knows it from day one. I've been a Viper stan. That's my girl. Anytime she's in the server, I'm getting hyped, and I hope we get to see her tonight. I'll bring out some nerdy insight on Viper and the Viper tech that I have to share. But again, I think we will definitely be seeing some of these players stick to those traditional roles, right? We'll see the Jet come out on Ascent. I'm not too positive we'll see it on Split. I don't know how you feel about Split with Jet. What are your thoughts on that?
I like to up with Jet on Split. I like holding mid, holding A, and holding B. So I don't know. Maybe these teams are like me.
We will certainly see. I mean, last time I saw Wichita State play, Lunar just went absolutely ballistic. I think they were 30, I want to say like 12-7. So huge kill participation and just carrying the team. I believe that was in the MSI tournament from a couple weeks ago. But I mean, it's a tough one because there's so many of those tight angles and there's not a lot of long sight lines like we see on Havens. But the other composition that I'm really looking forward to, and credit to Veli on this one, is that Sova Sky combo, right? The double shaders, being able to drone someplace and then send out the Trailblazer and gain information. Is that something that we will potentially see tonight? How do you feel about that on a map like Split or Ascent?
I mean, I feel like definitely on Ascent. But, as you said, Split, not too many long sight lines. So Sova, a little bit more questionable, but we could see a Sky for those flashes that can kind of go everywhere. But I feel like I like Astra Killjoy on Split. Hopefully we see that tonight. I don't know if any of these teams do actually end up playing the Astra. I am an Astra stan right now, right? After I saw it on Icebox and just seeing it more frequently these days, I really like how she has this more flexible defense, right? Even if you're on A, you can just help out on B, and that just means you can put less resources there, and it really frees up the rest of your team.
Absolutely. And her ability to sell a fake is just so instrumental to what we've seen some of these teams do. I mean, carry 5 stars, even the calling a star back, getting that smoke for 2 seconds, you could let a teammate cross mid in those 2 seconds. So it's going to be a curious one. We're trying to get all the players loaded up and into game, so bear with us while we get that going. You know how college is. It's a good time. You're not always on time. You're not always on time, but we're making it work. We are doing what we can to get everybody loaded up in game. But about Lunar on Wichita State, I know you had the chance to watch a Michigan State game. Anybody on that team who stuck out to you or who you really want to stay on board with tonight?
Yeah, I would definitely say Manchi on that Jet. Hopefully I'm saying their name right. It is Manchi, right? But I'm pretty sure saw them. Manchi. Yeah, I saw them zoom everywhere, like getting those initial picks and just opening up sites for their team. So hopefully we are able to see that tonight. I know they do have somebody else playing Jet. I believe that's not Jet. What am I saying? Playing Phoenix, which is Mula, or the secondary duelist. So hopefully they are able to play off each other and back each other up when they go in.
Yeah, I mean, the Jet battle, it's always one. We love a good Jet battle. If it's Wardell and Baby Bay, if it's Dicey and Quinn, just those Jet battles, it really brings a unique flavor, and that's what everybody wants to see. We want to see the Zoom banger. Give us the op. Just let these two go off and play around them. So I'm sure we'll be seeing that tonight. I'm excited. I'm hopeful. And like we said, both of these teams didn't start the CF1 second split super hot, 0-1. So one team will be getting on the board tonight, and no one wants to be in last place. So they will have a point to prove. And there's stuff on the line. There are significant consequences to tonight's game, right? I mean, there's only 6 teams now per region. It's not like before, 10 teams, you could kind of hide, drop a game here, drop a game there. If you drop a game in split too, you will be exposed. And that's 100% There's no questions asked about that one. But I think we are going to continue, if I'm not mistaken. No, not put it up just yet. But let's get into the map picks and bans, if you will, right? So Michigan State removes your favorite map. They get rid of the icebox. I don't think that's a shock to anybody.
No.
And Wichita, with a bit more of the shocking play, they removed Haven, which for many teams is kind of like a home ground. It's that safeguard. It's a map that I would say, the only map that's really super attack-sided with those 3 bomb sites. But, as I say that, Michigan State was the one to pick Split, and we will be seeing Wichita on first. But picks and bans, we talked about the Astra, we talked about the Viper. One of those picks is already locked in tonight.
Ooh, and we see the Killjoy that can come out of Juice as long as they lock it in. So I am very excited to actually see that combination. Again, I think it is so strong on Split because you just block off those entrances going into site. And it's going to be really hard for Wichita to get in unless they play a jet. But nobody actually is hovering a jet right now, which is a little bit surprising.
Monchi on Michigan State is considering it, but I'm curious to see if this gets locked in. I love the choice of that Breach on Angel. Breach shines on a map like Split. The fault lines, the aftershocks, just the ability to clear corners so quickly. Breach is your go-to character, so that's not super shocking, but with 10 seconds left here, the Viper and Phoenix, I think, are going to be cemented. Please don't get my hopes up and then not give it to us.
Ooh.
Locked and loaded. So we will be seeing the double duelist on Wichita State. We will also see double duelist on Michigan State, but where they differ, where they're the same, no Sovas, so not a ton of recon abilities here. No Sky, no Sova. They're just going to be peeking dry for most of these.
Yeah, but again, they do have the Breach on the side of Michigan State, but on the side of Wichita, they at least have some flashes available, right? They do have the Paranoia. They do have the double flash that cannot be destroyed. Good, we don't have any of those destroyable flashes. We don't take that here, right? So we have that on both sides. So at least they will be able to try to get themselves in on the site. It really is just going to be, can Wichita get past that Astra when they are on the attack? But doesn't matter too much right now as they will be on the defense side first. And Cypher on Split. I have always said that I am a Cypher main. A little bit less now because I have been playing Sage quite a bit instead of Cypher. But it's okay. I still know all the one-ways. And hopefully ICT knows a lot of the one-ways and completely annoying trips as well, especially on that B site. But it looks like they're actually going to be playing A. So maybe we'll see that a bit later.
Yeah, not something we see all the time. Traditionally, when you think of that Cypher, it's always anchoring the B site as we have action going down middle. Puffy Warrior just looking to rush with the Frenzy. Here's a good look at that Astra. Place a star down 7. Looks like it's going to be faked smoke, so A site seems to be the target. A quick rotation coming out, but Angel on that lurk. Can they pull some attention off of this A site? Killjoy's been there. She's lurking, just kind of hanging out, relaxing, waiting for everybody to get going. And, you brought up the point of the Sage. Sage is another agent that we typically see picked on Split for that mid wall. So it looks like they're going to be using Viper to do that. If you take a look at the minimap, her wall is off of mid, and that's the go button. The location of Monchi has been revealed. All the util is out. Can ICT make it count? The spike's still not even in sight. There are 3 players from Michigan, yet no spike on site as Moolah takes down ICT, grabs the ghost for the upgrade, and they are looking to plant. Killjoy gonna get that spike down on default. Monchi is pushed up into screens here. There's no player on the other side. Do they know? Check the corner. Yes, Lunar takes down Monchi and gets traded immediately by Puffy Warrior, but the Viper going to work. As soon as I say that, Just and Moolah combined for 2. A Pizzasaurus with the Sheriff in the pistol round. That's a bold decision from Pizzasaurus right there. Angel, free weapon. You don't even have to buy next round. Just get some shields.
Yep, that is true. But Michigan State there were just able to get A site for free. We saw ICT just back off. I think good decision on their part until they went back, and then they got immediately nuked by Moolah back in elbow. But I think there, MSU, it was a little bit surprising that they didn't play with Angel and they kept Angel on the lurk, because those are the flashes we're talking about, right? That can get them onto those sites. But did not seem to matter too much, as they take the first round and they will have Spectres just going up so fast right here.
And the shorty gets a dink on the Puffy Warrior, but Mulan just trading left, right, and center. It's like me with Pokemon cards back in the day. Mulan, though, with the spike, looking to go through heaven. Pizzasaurus not looking just yet. If Mulan drops, that's a free kill. Angel, just pick timing from Mulan right there. Angel was the distraction, little bait and switch. ICT 1v3, a hope, a dream, and a prayer. I have a feeling we're going to see a right click here in about 10 seconds from Angel. But they looked away. Two players passing in the night, but Moolah with that frenzy is going to take down ICT. Michigan State secures the first 2 rounds, and they're going to go for the bonus here, I'd assume.
Yep, pretty simple round coming out of MSU, just pushing up mid with that gun advantage, able to take control of that B site. So now going into this, it again will come up to how they are able to deal with that full rifle buy coming out from Wichita. Seems like Cypher is still playing in. This time, we will not have that Viper wall up mid. Maybe they'll place it a little bit later. Okay, they'll actually place it from the other side. Just had to make sure there, but it seems like MSU are actually going to be coming up A right now as Monchi moves into heaven.
And Monchi just stomping around like a Tyrannosaurus Rex in heaven. There was no walking. Tailwinds up ramp. I mean, with a judge, I respect it, but that's a tough one. And now Spike stuck on a ramp. Wichita State looks like they are in complete control of this round as Lunar and ICT each find a frag, but Angel gets the 1-tap on ICT. That's a free weapon upgrade. Spike is still down here. Looks to be in control of Lunar, but 3v2 absolutely still winnable here, especially with the utility from Michigan State, right? Those fault lines, the flashpoints, and the Astra. Gravity Well and Nebula. Here we'll see the 1v1. This could be the fight. Angel v Cabba. Cabba v Angel. Gets tagged up just a hair. But again, Michigan State doesn't have the spike here, Kura.
Last player standing.
And they do not. And that is going to be Angel and Puffy both going down at the end. So Wichita will be able to pick up that first round. Unfortunately there, as you said, the spike was left all the way up and they could not find their way out. But I really like how MSU, I feel like they're just able to get on that A site without Wichita State knowing. Because in that very moment, we saw ICT just absolutely domed by Angel, just on that site, while there were 3 members of Wichita sitting in heaven, not knowing really what was going on. So they're going to have to be a little more careful about that moving forward, especially since we are going into the rifle round for both teams. We have the showstopper available on both sides as well. So this could be very scary, especially since James just got concussed.
I don't even know what that was. A massacre. Lunar's going to respond with a showstopper of their own. Jeem's able to grab a kill, so it's a 2v4 in the favor of Wichita State. I mean, there were players jumping from heaven. There was players jumping from garage. They hit the go button so quickly. There was no... As soon as that fault line connected, they were on site in a hurry, but Wichita State able to hold control as Lunar with the jump peaks, just trying to gather a cheeky bit of information. Is Puffy going to throw out the star? Just maybe sell a little bit of a fake. Turret goes down middle, standard procedure. And one of the things I noticed as well is a lot of these players on both sides are running with the Vandal now. As I say that, of course, we swap over to Lunar, who's on the Phantom. Puffy takes him down. And I want to get your thoughts, Kura. What is your preference as Vandal, Phantom? Do you have one, especially in this current meta where there's a ton of utility and we kind of have to spray to get some kind of information?
Yeah, I actually do prefer the Vandal, but then when I don't hit the headshots, it's always kind of a feels bad, man. But in any case, I don't know. The Phantom just doesn't really feel right to me. I've been an active Vandal user for quite a few months now. So I don't know how to explain it. It's just the feeling, the Prime Vandal feeling. I don't know if you have that.
That's weird flex, man. Weird flex. I do luckily have the Prime Vandal. I won't even lie to you. My collection's looking good. We got the Ion Sheriff just a couple of days ago, so those headshots looking crispy clean, as a couple of players from Michigan State are going to have to buy those Sheriffs this round. Economy not in a fantastic place after dropping back-to-back rounds, but Monchi actually beating the Viper wall, so not take K damage, but doesn't matter. Kaba just destroys Monchi right off the server. Moolah able to recover that judge, but 17 HP. There's a player in heaven from Wichita State.
It's definitely what I was talking about before, right? Monchi is super aggressive, and we need them to actually get those initial picks. As we saw, when they die, we have one duelist left on Mula, but they are at very low HP right now, so it's going to be very difficult for them to be trying to get onto the site. And as I say that, they're trying to move up.
And again, it's extremely difficult for Michigan State to get any kind of control as soon as Monchi dies, right? Monchi's able to create chaos with that tailwind and dash and cause some sort of a disturbance in the force, if you will. But other than that, there's no... Pizzasaurus fell early. Or excuse me, not Pizzasaurus. Angel fell early, so there's no flashes. There's no fault lines. How do you get in when those players die if you're Michigan State?
Yeah, it is going to be really difficult, and I think at that point you do have to kind of mind game Wichita, right? You have to try to get them off a site, maybe use the Killjoy turret as bait or use the stars as bait, as we talked about in the pregame. So hopefully they can try that and make sure that they can get some members of Wichita off that site to allow them to get on. But this time they are playing mid once again. Viper Wall is not up here though, as Viper has moved to A and Cypher has moved toward B. So at least they will have some mid control. Monchi once again is going to be aggressing into heaven.
Yeah, Monchi getting a little frisky, gonna get dropped, just tagged by those paint cans, and that's gonna signal Michigan State maybe back off a little bit. As I say that, they start to push up though, at least Mula, chilling up in heaven. And one of the highlight right on the mini-map, if you take a look at Angel, the red breach, their position before, they were by themselves. Now they have Killjoy over there with them. That's going to be just with the spike. But anytime a breach is playing by themselves, not super effective as Monchi drops from heaven, tags one. Lunar Kaba are each going to find a frag. Puffy Warrior and Angel get the trades back. So 2v2 situation here again. Jim does have that snake pit though. Oh, and what a shot. Tags just beautifully and allows Pizzasaurus to grab the second frag to finish the round. No ultimates used. They are sitting pretty if you are a Wichita State fan right now.
I was about to actually mention that MSU might have the upper hand there because they had the lockdown available, but unfortunately just gets sniped from heaven, and that will not be in play last round, but will be in play this round as we see those 4 ultimates come up on the side of MSU. They have the Rolling Thunder, they have the Lockdown, they have the Cosmic Divide, and the Blade Storm. So hopefully they are able to use these tools to get aggressive onto a site, but they are on that save now, so it's going to be very difficult.
It certainly will as Monchi pops the blades, gets tagged by the dart. Lunar go through the smoke. What a shot onto Angel.
Oh.
ICT's got their teammates back. That's a wasted ultimate as Monchi not able to grab anything, just is super low. A sneeze will finalize that kill. Pizzasaurus cross map gets the frag onto Mula and ICT. Nerd cam high in the sky. Oh, Just? I got so excited, Kura, I'm not going to lie to you. I thought Just had an operator. And then I was like, wait, they have 0 credits. How is this possible? But doesn't matter. Lunar shuts down Just, and Puffy Warrior left all alone like me on prom night. Pizzasaurus finalizes the frag. And a 5-2. This is a convincing lead for Wichita State right now. 5 ultimates as well coming for this coming round.
Yeah, it's quite a lot here. And we just see Monchi just push through onto the site. But they are by themselves. We see the rest of those teammates are just sitting back in B main, and they really do need to just back them up here because they are trying to create that chaos, as you said before, but it's not really being taken advantage of. And now, you said with the 5 ultimates available from Wichita State, they will have a lot of that stopping power with the showstopper with the Viper's Pit. It'll be a little bit of a concussion. Won't do too much as they are playing a 3-2 split right now. Spike is sitting at A, and once again, the breach is not with the Spike.
Kura, I have to highlight the Viper one-way that's on B's site right now. Gonna pop the snake, the Viper's Pit. So, all right, that's gonna deter the MSU push for now. Hold off. And again, I love what they're doing on the side of Wichita State, right? That Viper's Pit isn't on site. Oh, Mula.
How's Mula here?
Knives out. I'm so confused. I was not paying attention to Mula, who snuck behind enemy lines and just decimated the defense of Wichita State. That's 2 for Mula. Showstopper's online, still has both blast packs, and A-site's clear.
Yeah, as I was talking about before, Wichita State, they have to be careful about random players from Michigan State right there just getting behind them. And Lunar is able to take out Mula though, but that will be another round for Michigan State. And hopefully they do that a bit more as it has been working out on that A site.
And I'm just so confused, Kura. I don't think either of us caught how where was Mula? Did they push? They didn't push through middle. There's no way. They must have gone all the way around A site, slipped past ICT, maybe into heaven. I'm super curious, and that's something that we're gonna have to watch out for. But I mean, if I can brag for 5 seconds, I know I said in the pre-show that I watched Lunar drop a 30 bomb last week. I mean, 15 before the half, almost at 15 before the half. I think they might be on par to do it again here. As the one-way from Jeem comes out. Little Viper nerd tech for you. Pizzasaurus going to get tagged, 79 HP. The Boombot, not going to spot him just yet, but Mula, again, it gets the frag, immediately traded out. There's no one even from MSU in position to help the trades. I mean, they're running in at Kaba, one-on-one. Flashbang comes out, Puffy Warrior takes the fight to Pizzasaurus, beats him to that flashbang. And Spike still down in Ramen Shop. So, it looks like Killjoy is going to try to retrieve the Spike before they decide what the game plan is next. As we have Just and Puffy Warrior, both players doing relatively well so far this half.
I got the Spike.
Yeah, they definitely do have some options. They have 47 seconds remaining. There are only 2 ultimates on the side of WSU. One of them is going to be used just to get some more information mid. Not going to spot out any members there. So Wichita are going to remain on those sites. It is going to be up to Jeem right now on that B site with the one-way. And they see the Astra
snake bites. They see the Astra Star. They still have the snake bites to delay. This could be detrimental. You'd never want to push that. You're going to lose the decay walking through that one day, and Jeem just lines him up, knocks him down. I mean, that is clinical from Jeem. The ability to hold those snake bites. I don't know if you've played much Viper. It takes a lot to not just shoot off a random snake bite, at least for me. Beautiful shots. It was even a wall bang for the first one. All right, gets the kill. We'll take those, but
it's pretty crazy on that side, but I think MSU, they really need to just play together right now. We do see that a lot of members are just being caught out. We saw someone caught out B main. We saw someone caught out mid. We really need to either start trading those or just going in as all 5 onto a side, as I think that would benefit them a lot. Probably not B, though, because that is where the Viper is playing. And again, when you push through those smokes, you are losing 50 HP immediately. It looks like they are still going to be playing more of that default setup with, once again, the breaches alone. Play with the team, Angel, please. Play with the team. I want to see you guys go onto a site very strongly.
And I feel like that's what's been lacking, Kura, is the executes, right? You have a breach. You need to play around that breach, especially when they're the only flashes that you have, right? There's no Omen Paranoia. There's no Phoenix Curveball. Breach needs to be that go button for your team. So really hoping MSU can start to incorporate that into their attack. There's no way he Rolling Thunders this, right? There's no way.
Off your feet!
Well,
as I say
there we go.
It's gonna. I guess it clears out heaven, so we'll take it. You don't know who's there. Showstopper is available to Mula, who's gonna play in that Astra smoke, trying to catch somebody out. And it looks like, oh man, Puffy Warrior's gonna find. No, spoke too soon. Jeem takes down Puffy Warrior, and just takes down Kaba. So the running back gets popped. Pizzasaurus just decimates Juice and ICT with the 2K down back alley. I mean, ICT, not someone I want to run into in a dark alley. ICT also still has the neural theft, hasn't used it once this game. I'm pretty sure Lunar also hasn't had to use the showstopper, so they're still working with their first ultimates of the game right now.
Yeah, and it's really just has not been necessary here. Really nice on ICT to catch out those 2 members of MSU that were flanking. We know that I guess we said that they had to be a little more careful of that, and careful they were, as MSU, they had a really good idea to just push through there, especially on a save round, just to try to get as many members of WSU caught off guard as they can. And at least every time this fault line goes out, it is hitting some members of WSU But unfortunately, MSU are just not able to capitalize on that. But right now, they are postured all 5 outside of A site, so we could be seeing a good altercation here.
And this is what we've been asking for. Angel, hopefully, is going to be that go button. There's no way they go ramp to mid. There's no way they go ramp to mid. Kura, I'm losing my mind. Is this a possibility? Is this a thing? Pizza holds it down. ICT finds 2 Angels down. There goes your flash. There goes your any kind of initiation tool. And there goes Jeem. Possibly another 2-person spray down. No. Juice able to take down Jeem there. Kaba's going to take down Juice, though, on a ramp. So Angel all alone. Nowhere to hide. Needs to come up big, and a huge paranoia right there from, I believe that was going to be Kaba. Perfect timing, allowing Lunar to peek and get that final frag of the round.
Yeah, WSU are just doing a really good job in stopping any initiate that MSU are trying to do. We saw the breach flashes come out. We saw them try to push ramps. But unfortunately, it's just not going to work with the spray down that was provided by WSU. So I think in addition to trying to go in really fast like that, let's have Mula just try to lurk somewhere and try to pick off some of those members of Wichita. As we saw, that has worked before. So that could be a viable strategy going into this next round. But once again, they are going to be trying to push A site. They have the lockdown and Cosmic Divide and Showstopper, and the lockdown is going to come out right now.
Yeah, lockdown's still going to leave the ability for someone to hold back screens, but the stars are going to go out, and they are aligned down back screens. So the Nebulas both get popped. Pizzasaurus, nobody gets detained. And Pizzasaurus could look to push through this smoke, but I think they're going to wait to play retake as we hear the showstopper from Mula. That's going to find Pizzasaurus. The Spectre's going to find a Lunar. That's a huge pickup. Cosmic Divide comes out as well. And the weaponry now is in favor of Michigan State, right? A couple of them had Spectres. They traded up into a Phantom. As ICT takes down Just, Monchi and Puffy Warrior find their frags. And an 8-4 half, there is life still in Michigan State.
Now, once Michigan State were able to get on that site, we saw the hold is really strong because Mula is not afraid to push out. We just saw them playing super aggressive. There's the Showstopper that comes out and gets the other pick as well onto Lunar. That top frag that you said we had to look out for, that immediately gets taken down. So now we will be looking to see if Wichita State can finish it off on the offense, as they do need 5 more rounds to close this off. They do have that double duelist. They have the Viper, so I am hoping that their post plan is going to be very strong, especially with those snake bites, as we saw in the previous half. Jeem is very good at just keeping them in his pocket. Might be a little bit fake out here because we do see that toxic screen going up at B, but everybody else is at A. And this is where Juice and Puffy Warrior are. That Astra Killjoy combo that I was talking about before.
And I think, Kuro, what you highlighted earlier is right. Look at the mini-map. It looks like Juice is going to started to rotate over towards that B site from screens as soon as that Viper popped off a couple of shots. So this will be a heavily contested A hit. There is still plenty of time in the round for Wichita State to back out. Jeem looking to find one. No, Angel's going to take them down. Viper wall is down. And now that is going to be a very difficult post-plant situation for Wichita State now, right? We're counting on that Viper wall. We're counting on those snake bites. The lineups have to be on point from Jeem. And as we see this lovely picture-in-picture, if Lunar goes up into B heaven, if anyone goes into B heaven, Angel is patiently waiting. Open arms. They just passed each other. Mula gets the frag onto Lunar, and Angel still holding that angle. It looks like it's going to be a B hit now, but is Angel able to get the frag? No. Pizzasaurus, though, takes down their teammate Monchi. Fault line's going to go, Aftershock's going to go out. Just going to try to delay the spike plant as much as possible for the reinforcements to get here, and they certainly have. Juice on that just on the Killjoy has now gotten onto site, and look at the timing. No, just able to take down Kaba, and ICT has to do something absolutely miraculous here. I mean, maybe get the first frag, but there's no way you get the spike down inside, and that's certainly going to be the case as just 3K on the round. Give Michigan State a new lease on life. They win the pistol. If they can take the subsequent round with the upgraded weaponry, they are going to be in a pretty decent position to tie this one up.
Yeah, I think there we actually saw some of the problems from Michigan State manifest themselves in Wichita State's attack because you saw some members were just picked out. They weren't playing together on that site. We saw ICT was all the way back mid, while the other two members just fell to those three members of MSU that had already rotated over. So everyone just really needs to play in a unit, especially when Viper goes down, because you don't have any of those fakes to come out. It looks like they are going to congregate around mid. We have Maji being aggressive, as I was talking about before, pushing up so far. Could be catching out a few members of Wichita here.
Yeah, again, super aggro as Manchi takes down ICT. Gonna find another player, that's Pizzasaurus. Pizzasaurus gonna fall too. Manchi's got the tailwind back, so they could peek middle, but look at the collapse. Moolah's gonna collapse from heaven. Get the frag. The gravity well just sucks Lunar in, and Angel able to get that final kill onto Jim. Kura, your head is huge. 500 IQ. You talk about how Manchi needs to be aggressive. They had a 3 and 10 half, so it wasn't super aggro. Not able to get a ton of impact in these rounds, but we see right there 3 kills, and that's the round. I mean, as soon as Manchi goes off, that's all. It's all said and done, right?
Yeah, I think it is really important that we have Manchi on one of those sites being aggressive, and then on the other side we have the pair of Puffy Warrior and Juice, because we saw that hold was very good. Actually, all 3 of them will be playing on A this time, which is a little bit interesting. So it will be up to both Moolah and Angel to be holding down this B site. But it's okay. We do have Puffy Warrior and Juice already rotating a bit over, as they know there's not too much on A right now.
No, not too much on A. It looks like Wichita State is looking to take middle control, as I believe that's going to be Lunar. Gets tagged up just a bit. Going to be around 50 HP, if not less. So just trying to feel each other out, and I like the slow pace coming here from Wichita, right? We've seen them hit the go button extremely early. We've seen them stall some rounds out. So going back to that stalling technique and trying to catch Manchi, being super aggressive, right? They all have each other's backs. There's no way they can let that 3K happen again for Manchi.
Yeah, of course. And we did see some of the smokes come out from Kalba toward A, just so MSU rotate one more member there. And now there are still only 2 members on this site. That's going to be the Astra smoke going down just to hold them captive inside of B main for that much longer. And there are 30 seconds left. Which does the state have to go here?
They certainly do, as Curveball comes out, Flashpoint comes out, and the Paint Shells. Angel takes down Lunar through the wall. Another Flashpoint's going to come out. Jeem can't look away from it in time. This is the thing with Breach, just delay. But ICT and Pizzasaurus able to find a frag. There's 13 seconds left. This spike has to get planted now. Puffy Warrior finds one, though. Puffy Warrior finds a third. Can they get the 4K? No, it's stolen by Manchi. And a little bit of BM there from the Michigan State Spartans, as I believe Manchi is going to get the defuse here, or they're going to get some weaponry first. Grab the weapons, and no, Puffy Warrior's going to grab that defuse. I think they're now a 1 orb or 1 kill away from that Cosmic Divide, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we'll see.
No, they're way off.
They're pretty far.
Yeah, you're right. We're pretty far.
Yeah, but
she's only been out for a couple weeks, right?
Yeah. No worries. But Wichita State, I think they do have to go quite early. I don't think they can wait for that long, because we saw the stopping power of MSU there, especially with the Astro Smoke or with the Astro Gravity Well, that can really stop Wichita State. Especially if there's 30 seconds left. Spike had to go down, and they just lost the fights there. Manchi once again going to be aggressive, and that is the spike.
And that's the power of the Astras. Manchi is just sitting here mowing players down. Puffy Warrior and Manchi just combined for 4 of those 5 frags. And Kura, 8-8. We have ourselves a ball game now, as MSU 4 in a row. Huge plays right there. Puffy Warrior with the Gravity Well, and just let Manchi go. All right, he's a little butterfly. You just got to let him go.
Yeah, for sure. And this is going to be a pivotal round for Wichita State, because as we see, their economy not too great. So if MSU are able to win 1 more with the strategies they have been employing, they could put Wichita State University back 2 rounds. So hopefully we see Wichita State being able to do something here, as they are posturing around mid to B. They have the Viper wall mid just to make sure that MSU can't be aggressive there, as there are 2 members ready and waiting. There are actually 4 members of MSU on this B site. It is not going to be easy for Wichita just to push in. But it's okay. We have Juice all the way at A. Just chilling out with that utility. But that is going to be the run it back pop and onto site.
And Manchi might have just given away their position there, boosted up on boxes as Manchi, though, takes a kill. Mula gets one as well. Jim and ICT go to work on that site, find a frag each. So 3v3, ICT is going to be low on health. Puffy Warrior places a gravity well in heaven, and Angel, the timing, no! They are able to take down ICT, so it is a 1-for-1 trade. They don't have the spike, though. Kura Spike is still in Ramen Shop.
Got spike.
Yeah, this is still very far, and this is going to leave Jim all alone on that B site. They're going to have to deal with Puffy Warrior, but I don't think he's... Oh, no! And that's just going to leave Khazasaurus all alone on this site, and backup is coming. It's the Juice and Puffy Warrior combo, and it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, I mean, you could even consider this like a 2.5v1 as that Killjoy turret is just looking to buy some time as the Gravity Well, like we said, patch 2.07, it will be able to pull them off the defuse. But Puffy Warrior not going to take any chances. Can they get the spike plant? They get the spike plant, so you get some extra credits when it comes to... You're not going to take the round. Puffy Warrior shuts it down, and a very, very choppy round, I would say, from MSU, but I'm still convinced that they could take this one.
Yep. Once again, it's going to be, you cannot leave. You cannot leave Juice and Puffy Warrior alive. You need to end them first, or else you cannot play down the clock like that. As we saw, again, it is just going to be the stopping power of the Killjoy turret, of those Astra Stars. They're not really going to allow WSU to get that plant down and then move into more favorable positions, as they don't have too much of that post-plant hold if Jim is dead, which we saw just then. There are going to be a lot of ults coming out from MSU as well. They have the Rolling Thunder, Cosmic Divide, and the Showstopper, which could all stop those members of WSU. As we saw the fault line come out, and this is going to be the Rolling Thunder.
That's a huge Rolling Thunder, and combined with a Gravity Well, but Kaba, what? 8 HP, lives through both of those, and gives Wichita State a lease on life. How are there 5 players left for Wichita? Kaba has like 7 HP. You tickle his big toe, they're gonna die as Lunar's hanging out on ropes here, thinks this is an obstacle course, trying to win Double Dare 2000. Jim takes down Manchi, and just by themselves, 20 HP, a hope, a prayer. They don't even have a turret friend. There is nothing left. The alarm bot's going to get triggered, though, and let them know there could be a player or two here on the flank as Lunar and ICG just trying to make Juice that much more paranoid. Jim going to hop on the rope and declip from the rope. Just takes down 1, takes down 2, and Jim, the 3K on the round. I just want to see the replay, Kura, of that Rolling Thunder they found 3-4 members of that with that one Rolling Thunder, but no frags. There wasn't a single kill.
I think the most important part of that, it was the toxic screen coming up from Jim. Actually, we saw that, and then when they went through it, they immediately got taken down. Again, that 50 HP, that's just really important. So they weren't able to finish off Kaba, who was sucked in by that gravity well. And I think from that, the vision as well just blocked those members of MSU from taking any of those advantageous fights that came out from using the Rolling Thunder. So they were not able to get any additional picks. And now, Spike is alone at B, while 4 members are pushing A here, hoping to try to get out some of this Astra and some of this Killjoy utility, as Manchi just goes down immediately, and that's going to be the Spike rotating over.
And Kura, Manchi bought the Operator this round. That's 6. Ooh. They had full shields. That's 6,000 credits destroyed with 1 jiggle from Lunar right there. But this site is going to be stacked up. It is going to be extremely difficult to break in as Mulat tries to get a little antsy and push the issue here. They do have that showstopper, but you talk about the importance of that toxic screen, and all I hear is the Viper is the most important character in this game right now for Wichita State. Yeah. If Jim can stay alive, Jim can win them the game.
Yeah, I think I do agree with that sentiment. Everything is going to slow down once again, but you do have to be careful of the lockdown, of the utility that is still placed at the front of this site. And now WSU are going to be going in, and none of that utility is actually going to be popped.
Yeah, and there is but the Molly gets it. There was a very small margin of where you could plant that spike, and I think...
Oh,
they know. They know, but spike...
Oh, they have to know.
Snake bite. Toxic screen goes down. Excuse me. Snake pit goes down. Moolah takes down 2. Puffy finds another. That was pure chaos. Pure chaos. I mean, we had a cosmic divide. We had a snake pit. I mean, there was really no way to describe what just happened in that last round other than things come up, things go down, Michigan State wins.
Yeah, Lunar there, they really tried to use that showstopper to break that lockdown that came out from Juice because it covered basically that entire site. And so because they knew that in that little corner at A that was not covered by the lockdown, the Vipers pit coming out kind of just sealed their fate right there as Mila was just able to push in, giving MSU the lead. And they have just been really doing well on this defense. And it is basically just the Killjoy and the Astro. But in addition to Machi, as he's going to push out once again, get that initial pick. And not going to be able to pick up another though, but that is Spike.
Spike down B.
Monchi and Angel on this B site have just been working so extremely well off of each other. Monchi is like a kid in a candy shop right now on this defensive side, dashing in, getting the frag, and then just, all right, guys, my job here is done. I'm gonna leave. I'm super curious to see how many first bloods Monchi has, because if you told me he had like 19, wouldn't be shocked, not even in the slightest bit. But Monchi able to find first blood. Angel was able to trade out. So 3v3 situation. Numbers are even. As mid is being patrolled here. But Moolah's up in the mailroom. Special delivery. No. Jeem. Return to sender. Takes down Moolah. B site wide open. Astra's gonna get the Nebula off. 7 bullets here for Jeem, so may want to reload before even thinking about taking this fight, and I doubt they cross that screen. Gonna plant down safely. Puffy Warriors got the Odin. Odin go burr. That is the name of the game. Kaba, don't you dare peek this. He peeked it! And Puffy Warrior. Like you said, Odin go burr. That's all that does. Just hold it, mouse 1, mouse 2. You're fine. Candy corn. But just takes down Jeem, and ICT left in a 2v1, but takes down Puffy Warrior. Now it's a 1v1 situation. Picture in picture is going to give us a point of view of both of these players. We're going to get a tap of the spike from Just. Pros don't fake, but Just does. And baited in is ICT as Just playing with ICT right there with the fake spike defuse. Love to see that. Advantage Michigan State again.
Yeah, and once again, it's just Manji pushing out, getting that information, and Angel going with them. But at the very end, it was really unfortunate that ICT did not have their camera. We saw it just stuck at mid, and if they put the camera somewhere on that B site, they wouldn't have needed to peek in that situation, especially since Juice had the turret, which could watch some areas for them. So going into this, MSU now in a 2-round lead. Money looking great, and on the side of WSU, again, they really have to win this round. They are forced onto the Spectres right now, and it is going to be up to Manchi once again. They know he has pushed up far because of that camera, but he's just going to go straight through those mollies. Oh no.
Yeah, that nano swarm was huge.
Oh no.
From Just. Manchi's going to find 2. Manchi's going to find a 3rd.
One enemy remaining.
Excuse me, Just was able to get 1. Manchi finds 2. Puffy Warrior got the Odin. Again, it just goes burr. Map point, Michigan State. I mean, look at the economy right here. They are booming. Multiple players, full bots, still have 7K. Still have 7K. I mean, Cora, they are just steamrolling after halftime. Michigan State is taking no prisoners, and I see why they're called the Spartans.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, again, you cannot go through that Killjoy utility without a care in the world. We saw the members of Wichita State were just taken down so low with that alarm bot and made vulnerable. And it's going to be Manchi once again, but not going to be able to get anybody this time. And that's Angel going down as well. So now MSU's defense is just so much weaker.
Certainly is. Jeem making a little bit of noise here on this A site. Gonna make Just double back and check it out, see what's going on. Check out the noisy neighbors. ICT posturing towards this B site. They do have camera this round, if I'm not mistaken, so could cam into sight, give it a little look, see what's going on, and possibly make the call to hit that site. All of that Killjoy utility is on A, but Moolah spotted in the mailroom. Jeems going to make their way out of sewer and reconvene with the team. I mean, at this point, if you're Wichita State, group us 5 and just trade. That's all you have to do right here. Just group us 5 and trade. You have utility. You do have to run it back as well. I know these players they have some ultimates, but they don't have the greatest shields at the moment. So, Puffy Warrior, this Odin could be detrimental if they try and push this smoke.
Yeah, especially since there is that star sitting right there. Actually not going to get popped.
Not going to get popped, but the run it back is. One player down. That's Spike. There's 20 seconds left. They just have to hold this. Lunar's going to take them. Beam finds the second frag. The last player's up in heaven. Mula 1v1. Oh, excuse me, 1v2. ICT gets the cam, gets the tag. There are 8 seconds for this spike to be planted. It's going to be safe. All they have to do, Mula. What? Are you awesome? Oh, almost gets the double right there. Oh my gosh. I know you're as speechless as I am.
Yeah, if they were able to stop that spike plan right there, might have just been lost for Wichita State, but we just see pros don't fake. Even though if you have a Raze jumping straight at you, you just stick it. It worked out for WSU this time, and they are still keeping themselves in it. Once again, MSU have enough money to just last them the rest of this game. It's not going to matter too much on their side as Manchi is going to buy that operator once again. They are going to be holding A. This could be very scary if Luna does not pick them off here, and they have to fall back. And without the Sage, you are not getting any heals.
Yeah, Manchi just tried to peek down that A side. They are going to be terrified of this A site right now. I mean, you have Omen Smokes, you have the Cypher Cage, but I would not want to peek A with Manchi there as they look to make their way towards middle. I mean, they're even scared that Manchi could be down middle now, right? They have no clue where they've escaped to.
Oh, and that is a nice
what a shot.
But now it's still going to be all 5 defenders of MSU strong, and that is ultimate down. The showstopper is down, so it's still going to be very hard for them to get on the site. Be up to just Pizza Source or these members in heaven here trying to take down Mula, a Puffy Warrior with that Odin.
30 seconds left.
Puffy Warrior with the Odin going to work. Pizza Source going to get one and then gets taken out. ICT left to clutch. No good. As MSU going to take map number 1, 13-10 scoreline. I mean, I'm convinced Michigan State looked pretty clean on that map.
Yeah, I'm convinced as long as they got on that defense, that hold is unstoppable with kind of the controlled aggression coming out of Manchi and then the absolutely disgusting duo of Puffy Warrior and Juice with the Astra and Killjoy. As I said, something to look out for, and look out for we did.
We certainly did. As take a look at the scoreboard here. Mula gonna be your top fragger. 25 kills, 15 deaths, and 7 assists. But the other one to look at was Manchi's first bloods. They did have the most in the game at 5, but I mean, that was really the difference makers. Just kind of let Manchi off the leash, let him go and have a blast because they created so many openings. So very well done. Michigan State gonna take map number 1, and we are going to be going to map number 2, which is Ascent. That is the choice, if I'm not mistaken, of Wichita State. So we will see Michigan State on defense first. Now, anything to look out for? You highlighted the Killjoy and the Astra combo on Split. Do you have some secret tech for us on Ascent?
Honestly, I'm looking out for the exact same combo again. I want to see that Astra and Killjoy on B. I've seen it be just unstoppable. And I think the defensive comp that they have here is really going to do them good on Ascent.
Well, we will be finding out very shortly, folks. Stick around. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, map number 2 of Ascent is going to be on the table. So stick around. We're going to see if Michigan State can close out 2-0 or if Wichita State can answer back. Stay tuned. Welcome back, gamers. We just saw a fantastic map 1 in which Michigan State was able to dispatch the Wichita State Shockers by a scoreline of 13-10 after falling 8-4 at the half. I mean, Cora, that's a rebound if I've ever seen it.
I guess Split is just a defense-sided map, or defense-sided. I'm just going to be like, Killjoy Astra, please just let me see it often because it's just so good.
I mean, we saw the power of it. Puffy Warrior piloting that Astra and just on the Killjoy. You highlighted it in the pre-show. You highlighted it multiple times during the game. I mean, when they were playing together, they looked fantastic. They could not be stopped. Puffy Warrior brought out the Odin as well, so I'm sure that helped quite a bit. But as we move on to map number 2, it's going to be Ascent. Wichita State will be attacking first. So do you expect Just and Puffy to bring out the same setup, right, and dominate that defensive half? Or do we see them change it up, maybe run a Sky, maybe a Sova? What are your thoughts on that, just in terms of getting information?
I really want to see them run the same setup. Hopefully they do maybe throw a Sova in the mix and just have one duelist, but I don't know, maybe it is their style to run 2 duelists all the time. We will see when the map hopefully starts soon.
We will be seeing very shortly as we make our way into Agent Select. It's fast, it's furious. I see Jet, I see Reyna. Double duelists on both sides. Okay, no Astra yet.
Yeah, there's actually no breach coming out on the side of MSU or on the side of WSU.
So far, pretty mirrored comps, other than Lunar possibly piloting that Jet. And I believe it's going to be Manchi on the Reyna. I like the pick for Manchi. If you're going to go aggressive, you might as well get rewarded for it. But of course, Manchi's on Jet. Lunar Manchi. This is the battle we want to see, right? Lunar down market, Manchi on catwalk. Let the operator sing. After what we saw, Kura, do you have not a preference, but do you have any insight as to who you think is going to come out on top of this battle? Is it going to be this super aggro play of Manchi, or is it Lunar waiting, playing a bit more patiently, and trying to catch Manchi just out and about for an evening stroll?
Ooh, it might actually just come down to an op battle. I think if Manchi can hit their shots, it's going to be Manchi for the win. But if they can't, I don't know if I saw too many op shots come out in that last map. So we'll have to see. Maybe Ascent is a little bit better, as we said. Ascent does have better sightlines down mid, or maybe even down A long. We will have to see where they play and if they buy that operator.
Yeah, well, first they're going to have to build up the economies to get that operator. And we saw Michigan State have a bolstering economy in that second half. They ripped off, I think, maybe 7, 8 rounds back to back to back. So they weren't struggling for money, and we've seen how they are able to deal with their economy. So we have to give credit where credit is due. And especially since they're going to be starting on this defensive half first, if they can bank as many rounds as they can on this, I think Wichita State is going to be A, tilted from last round after going in with an 8-4 half, and B, they are going to just throw everything at the wall and hope that something sticks.
Yeah, I am really surprised actually to not see the Killjoy asset. I was hyping it up so much. Why didn't you just give it to me? But it's okay. We'll actually be seeing a Sova come out on the side of MSU compared to the Viper from WSU. So MSU will be able to get a lot more information with the Cypher, with the Sova. Looks like they have stacked a lot of members toward mid, but WSU are just going to be pushing up A.
Yeah, the spike's already getting planted. We're 6 seconds into the round. This is a speed run right now from Wichita State as Lunar looking to make their way possibly into heaven. Excuse me, they're going to play hell. The updraft, I think it was a fake. I'm going to consider that a fake, Lunar. Just trying to bait some of the players out. ICT finds a frag as well. So 4v3. Monchi's got 34 HP. They have the Ghost just tapping away. They're not going to be able to find the player in hell just yet as ICT lets that frenzy sing. Angel finds a beautiful one-tap onto Jeem. Not able to get it done as ICT finds the 4K and gets Wichita State on the board for round number 1.
I was actually very surprised to see MSU place so much on mid and on cat, because during the pistol round, I feel like I don't see a lot of teams have a lot of mid presence. They usually either rush A or rush B, or play more of a default to try to figure out where everyone was. But there, as you said, speed round, 6 seconds in, planting that spike, and afterward, just able to hold it off, especially since you have that Viper. Didn't see too much of that utility go down to help that post plant. More just that 4K from ICT being able to clean up that round. And this time, we do see both Mula and Puffy Warrior holding a bit more of an aggressive stance toward A. The curveball is out, ready and waiting. I think that someone may be in wine. We will see.
As Lunar takes down Mula and Puffy Warrior, that's going to be the A site clear. They just have to get past just here. Classic Dream, not able to find a tag just yet. They are going to pop that window down in Tree Room and make their way to reconvene with their teammates up in heaven. But Wichita State, they have the weapon advantage. The door is closed, and this is what we want to see from Jeem. Any player that's going to enter site is going to be forced to cross through either that toxic screen or that toxic cloud. Cobb is going to take down the lurking Manchi. And, yep, Jeem's going to take down Just. So, nothing too crazy here as Kaba takes down Angel for the final frag of the round. Pretty self-explanatory. It's one of those ones you just all chat, and it's a gun diff. Don't put too much credit into it. This is the round that's going to matter most.
And I think it was really important there for Manchi to be able to get that flank pick. Because as you said, people coming in from both Garden and Defender side will have to go through that Viper wall, and A main is the only place where you would not have to lose 50 health immediately once you try to go in. Unfortunately, not able to happen, as we will say gun diff. But going into this, hopefully they are able to take advantage of their gun diff to hold off this push from WSU. And it seems like they really do enjoy this A site. But MSU now have stacked 3 members here, and that camera is going to spot out Pizzasaurus, so they know something is up.
Lunar pops the Blade Storm, so trying to mitigate that gun difference as Toxic Screen's going to go out. They are going to storm onto site. Puppy Warrior takes ICT down, but Lunar with those blades from the Blade Storm takes right click to the face of Puffy Warrior. Justin Manchi, though, able to get their frags in first gun round, or excuse me, the bonus round, not able to go in favor of Wichita State. It's Michigan State, they strike in the gun round, and they're sitting pretty, other than Puffy Warrior, who's not going to be able to get anything dropped across. Maybe just goes Sheriff Light Shields here. What are your thoughts?
Now, or if members of their team could buy... that is an Odin purchase. Okay, Odin coming out in this 4th round, and that is going to be Operator coming out for Lunar. So hopefully they are able to get some of that picks, as both of those are pretty big investments. This time, WSU will be moving toward B instead of A. In that previous round, I really think the toxic screen was a bit of a detriment toward WSU, because they didn't really know where everyone was. Everyone was just dying. and they weren't able to get full control of that site. And they're placing a bit more emphasis toward mid this time, as no one from MSU is really holding aggressively here. So if WSU decide to push up, they could get some more map control.
They certainly could. Ascent, one of those maps where mid is the most important part to hold. If you can take control of mid, you can go from pizza into CT. You can go from pizza into market and collapse on that B site. So the world really is your oyster, as we see Lunar just kind of hanging out towards middle. That's going to be Angel taking down the recon drone. Camera maybe just missed the shoulder. Just missed the shoulder of Moolah there. It's Pizzasaurus just pushing this. And it's all about, the name of the game is space. There is a gap in this smoke, though. Pizzasaurus could look to work with that, or we could see the pop flash come out. There's no way Pizzasaurus just walks straight through.
Oh.
And we talked about it mid. He genuinely walked straight through. Manchi and Moolah able to get a frag. Kaba takes down Manchi. There's a player stuck in pit. ICT fights their way out of that one. So there's 10 seconds left. The spike has to be going down now. And it is. Jeem just able to get there. ICT gonna play the post plant. They group up together. 3v2. Just takes down Lunar. Operator not able to sing. ICT, your turn to give it a shot. Can they get one? Smokes are gonna be going down. Puffy Warrior just spraying through. Nobody wants to walk through this Viper util and take damage. I mean, excuse me, decay. That's in grace right now. I mean, look at the stalling power of this.
Ooh, that op shot is gonna take off the head of Puffy Warrior, and Juice not going to be able to clean that up. So WSU will be able to win that round with their investment and keep the operator. But now the Odin is down on the side of MSU. And because of that, they will not be having that full buy that they wanted. And we just see here, well, you can't really go through that toxic screen. It is not going to happen. Especially since they did have that Viper's Pit available. Could have been even worse. Decided not to use it. And that's great. They will have that available for this round when they do get onto that site. Will seem like Lunar is going to challenge down mid, and this is going to be important. Oh!
Spraying through the paranoia. Not able to get the kill, though, but Manchi grabs the weapon, and doesn't matter. Kaba shuts it down. Says, that's my teammates. You can't touch that. As they look to make their way through middle again, does Wichita State. 4v2. They don't have the spike just yet, but I don't think they're too concerned. They can frag out and not worry about the spike just yet. Still, minute 15 left on the clock. They have plenty of time to work with. As this two-man squad from Michigan State, that's going to be Moolah and, if I'm not mistaken, Puffy Warrior look to go to work to do something, but the Cypher Cam spots it out, and that huge spikes down. Run it back is available. Can they get something out of this? It's Pop. They're going to try and push Lunar off the angle. They do. Curveball's going to go out, try to blind two. It gets two people. They have another one. No, but Puffy Warrior with the read on ICT. But ICT has the aim. They're going to win that aim duel. Pizzasaurus looking to push it. Gets one. If they can get the frag onto Lunar, it's over. But no, Lunar with a shorty takes down Moolah. And that could have gone significantly worse for Wichita State right there.
MSU were just able to take advantage of just having the spike control, honestly. Because they didn't have too many weapons there and able to take 3 off of Wichita State. So even though their economy is still going to look pretty good for that next round, that is still a hit that they really do not want to be taking, even though they are up 3 rounds. And going into this, both sides are going to have the Neuro Theft and the From the Shadows, so they could be able to get some more information here. But it is, once again, going to be more of a default position coming out of WSU. Moolah here has pushed up quite far, and he does have the support of Manchi, so they will be able to take out Pizzasaurus. And that is the flashes on the side of WSU, so they're going to have that much more difficulty pushing onto a site.
They certainly are, but if they're able to get that spike down, I mean, Jeem, they have the Viper's Pit. Viper's Pit, you can't walk through that, right? We saw it in, I think it was 2 rounds ago, where everyone is afraid to walk through Jeem's utility, and they don't want to get that decay. They don't know what's on the other side, so they have to play extremely patient as Wichita State is slowing things down again, kind of just feeling it out, playing for a pick. As soon as one kill comes through from Wichita State, I'm sure the Their teammate's going to grab the spike and rotate over to where that kill was. Mula just on the other side. Shoulder gets peeked and is seen. They're going to throw out the blaze wall just to stall out a bit more. And again, Kura, 35 seconds left on the clock. Spike is in no one's possession for Wichita right now.
I have retrieved the spike.
And that is going to be ICT picking it up, giving it over to Kaba. So this could potentially be a From the Shadows play right here. But Puffy Warriors camera, they're going to know that they are pushing toward B now because there are only 15 seconds left. They're going to rotate a lot of members toward here. This could be...
10 seconds left.
Oh, he actually went to the back of the site instead of to A? But there's 5 seconds left.
Yeah. There's no way they could... There's no way they can get the spike down in time. They just have to frag. Lunar, Kaba, Jeem, all the kill feed is Wichita. They almost won that just strictly off of an aiming and getting the frags, but like you said, they could have teleported from the shadows towards that A site and got the spike down.
Yeah, we did see that Manchi went back to A just to make sure that wasn't a possibility. And I think WSU there just overthought it a little bit too much, as there were still so many members of MSU on B's site that teleporting into the back is not going to work out too well for you. So that's a very unfortunate round coming out of them. They used a lot as well with the weapons. Once again, it's going to be Mula and Maji holding down this A site with the crossfire at the front. They're just going to break the door, and that's the run it back.
That's the run it back destroyed. Machi and Just going to work. Lunar is able to get into heaven, though, and Kaba takes down Machi. Just destroys Lunar. That was the game plan. If you can get Lunar into heaven, they can start to wreak some havoc and hold those rotations from CT, but not the case in this round. Kaba's going to be stuck in hell. And Angel does have the Hunter's Fury, so I'm curious to see if we get that used. But 20 HP, Pizzasaurus going to fall to Moolah. They're spraying down hell. Kaba takes down one. Kaba takes down two. Kaba, you can't do this. Not right now. Kaba takes down a third. Almost gets the fourth, but just gets the final frag at 3K. Omen v Omen battle just comes out on top in that one. I was scared for a second.
Yeah, I think that was actually a 4K. He did get a frag earlier in the round. Not in that chaotic fight that was going on, but that was almost the ace. And so very close, but I think it was just that crossfire coming out from Manchi and Mula, able to hold down that A site for MSU, allow those members to come over, and especially with, I believe it was Juice, holding down A heaven, making sure that nobody had the jump on them. Allowed for them to take that third round. Now, that's actually going to push WSU onto the save. They were not managing their economy that well, and so they will be on those sheriffs. No Bucky's coming out, as the Bucky was nerfed quite a bit. But that is going to be Manchi pushing up far once again.
I know, and we say that like it's not it's a surprise. Manchi's been there time and time again. It just gets punished. Bladestorm gone, and just going to work with this Odin is Puffy, trying to play off of that recon dart from their teammate, not able to get anything done. I don't even think they found a tag onto any players either. So 4v4, every player on WSU is going to have their ultimate, whereas on Michigan State, we have the run it back, we have the From the Shadows. Just ducks onto the tripwire. Lunar, your head is huge. What a play. If they were able to get that frag, that's the go button.
But right now, the rest of the members are stuck mid. That's going to be the Poison Cloud coming out to make sure that MSU can't come through. But Puffy Warrior has picked off Lunar on that B site. But they are still going here. They have 40 seconds left. So they actually could leave. We will see.
Certainly could. Trapwire's going to go down, and Puffy Warrior's just looking to spray this. Jeem prioritizes the headshot and then gets the shot onto the trapwire. So Spike will be planted. Mula through the smoke. Can't see, doesn't matter. That's the Viper's Pit that we talked about. And a recovered Odin is going to be in the hands of Jeem, not playing in the pit. I love it. They're never going to be expecting this. Able to get one. Does Jeem, not able to get anything else. Michigan State going to tie us back up 4-4.
I mean, really hard there.
I have to ask you about. I was gonna say I have to ask you about the timing, right? We've seen Wichita State now, what, 3-4 rounds in a row where they're waiting until the last possible second to even make their way onto a site, let alone plant. Is there anything they can do to kind of change the pace a little bit? Do you think that would help them or just wait? Are they just waiting to catch out Manchi?
Honestly, I think they're waiting to catch out Manchi, but Manchi is not giving it to them. Again, as I said, the controlled aggression from the side of MSU is really doing them good right now because they are just reining him in a little bit. As you said, they want to let him loose, but there are some times you're going to be reined in. He's going to be looking out a little bit toward A main this time, trying to get that initial pick, but that one way is going to go down, not find anybody. There are going to be more members of WSU trying to take control of mid. And so now there is the Hunter's Fury just to stop it down a little bit, but it looks like that health bar is quite low if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think Gene was able to kind of play a little bit with Angel there, right? There was just Odin spam going back and forth. Couldn't tell whose bullets were whose, but I think Angel comes out on the heavier end of that trade. Manchi is holding this angle so hard. Hits the shot. Tailwind's out. That's the jet diff. Great skin. I'm not biased. I don't have it. Just kidding. It's beautiful.
Okay.
Can they find the second one? Manchi trying to source. This is a close angle, but able to take down Kaba on the shrouded step there. So making that operator worth the 5,000 credit investment as Angel grabbed one with the Hunter's Fury. Mulan takes down their Phoenix counterpart. So Jeem, they were able to get a work done earlier in the round. Just tag that camera, and that's going to be MSU. They know where you are, but Odin Diff grabs a kill on the Puppy Warrior. Now just trying to do some economic damage. They're just going to push this. Jeem drag. If Jeem can get this, takes it into a 1v1 situation. There's 17 seconds left. Gonna have to try and fight this one out. Fakes the spike plant. They're just anticipating this bait.
10 seconds left.
They have to plant the spike. 8 seconds left. There's no way they're faking this again. Gets the frag through the wall. Are you kidding me?
No,
you have to push this.
He has to go for it. He has to go
Classic
for it.
right click.
Oh!
Jeem with the right click! I mean, just breathtaking from Jeem. Acrobatics, parkour. If you're a fan of The Office, that's just Michael Scott finger guns blasting around. What a shot from Jeem.
That was so crazy. I honestly thought it was lost right there. I really thought it was lost because they used both of those snake bites just to try to stop those members of MSU from pushing in, but did not cover both sides of that. And as you said, able to just juke all of them out. So WSU could have found their stride again as they're pushing MSU onto that save buy. Now Manchi right here is going to have to come up huge if MSU want to have any chance of winning this round. That's going to be that smoke coming out, and they're going to know there's a lot of people here.
That dark cover just barely covered the shoulder Pizzasaurus, so no information was gained. But Jeem and Lunar going to work. Lunar with a shorty. Puffy Warrior takes down Kaba. There is a player up in heaven with them. They're going to trade that Stinger for the Vandal. Oh, just barely missing out. I don't think they spotted each other. Jeem from A main takes care of Puffy Warrior. Gets their teammate a little vengeance for their teammate. As Jeem, and I believe, who's left with Jeem? That's going to be ICT. A hope, a dream. I'm curious what ICT stands for. Jeem says they'll tell us later because Wichita State secures round number 6. And will we see an 8-4 half, similar to what we saw in the first map, just on the opposite sides?
Yeah, that was honestly very doable there for MSU because we saw the Silva Dart come out and he knew that there was nobody left on that site. Unfortunately, both of them were playing A main, and that was a very nice trade that they had 2-man peak for WSU, which puts them ahead. Now, they are going to keep that operator onto Lunar, and we're going to need to see it get more and more picks. Odin is going to come out once again, though. I believe it is on Puffy Warrior, going to hold down that A site. Now, the Viper Wall is going to go up at B. This is a bait right now. I do hear that orb taken, and that is the run it back popped as well.
Yeah, Pizzasaurus makes their way on the site, has no idea where Puffy Warrior is. He's able to sneak behind him and get out for free. So Mulat's going to be joined up with their teammate. Lunar takes down one with the op. Don't think it's going to matter too much, though, but able to grab, the fake tailwind. There's no way they bought that. Lunar is just looking to do as much damage as they can. Manchi's gonna spot out their opposing Jet and win that battle. Free operator, why not? No problem. Oh, don't play around too much. Could have forgotten that one.
Yeah, those Cypher cages on the site were just able to allow for Puffy Warrior to stay hidden so that the run it back from Pizza Source was not able to catch them out. They're really good on that part to waste one of the ultimates, one of the important ultimates coming out from WSU. But another important ultimate that is available for this round is once again the Viper's Pit. As long as they're able to get on the site, they're going to have a little less tools to do it now. As I just said, run it back is not going to be available. But at least they still have those flashes. They do have those dashes from Lunar, as that will be the Blade Storm popped.
Manchi holding the angle extremely hard. Just going to wait to see if anyone crosses into the crosshair. That's going to be the screen. Steps in front of it, but does take the DK. Shields are going to recharge back up. And if I'm not mistaken, heard a couple of footsteps. So this is an off angle that we don't see get held from this close. First one to peek it. That's Lunar. And Manchi's going to win that. Pops their Blade Storm in return. Oh, updraft. Gets tagged from the updraft as Jeem takes down Manchi. Angel's here to help out, but the Viper's Pit is going to go down. ICT's on the plant. Or not. They're going to clear backside. Now plant. Behind triple box.
They have to make sure. There are very sneaky members that could come. That is going to be the From the Shadows used for a little more information inside the Viper's Pit, and he's going to take it?
Yeah, I think just stuck that From the Shadows and hits a timing onto ICT. With that run it back, 2v1, Kaba does have an operator. Just dodges the flashbang. What a shot from Kaba onto Moolah. Gets the second one with a quick scope onto Angel. Say your prayers. Kaba says 7-5 half Wichita State.
We saw there the run it back was able to get used and clear out those members that were inside the Viper's Pit. But with these two shots from Kaba, MSU able to pull it to a 5-7 half, and now they are going to be on the attack. We're going to have to see, is Manchi able to get those initial picks, and will Moolah back them up? I think that's the most important thing to look out for here. As WSU, they will only have that Viper, so as long as they don't push the site with the Viper, I think they should be okay with that double duelist combo just going onto site.
Yeah, and I'm expecting Angel's Sova to do a decent amount of intel gathering here, right? Not relying on Moolah or on Manchi to get that information. Send the drone in, play it safe in these weapon rounds, and that way you can just feel it out. You don't have to risk the body, so I would be shocked if that's something that we don't see here as Manchi dashes onto site. Lunar's going to get the door closed on them, and the Ghost, not the best weapon to break the door. Save those weapons. Save those bullets in that gun. Manchi takes down Kaba. ICT, though, immediately there for the trade, and shock darts just to buy a bit of extra time. Angel not able to get it done as ICT takes down Angel. 3 players are left for the side of Michigan State. 2 are stuck in main. 1 is in held. Jeem takes down the player in held. Last 2 are stuck in A main. You can't cross this toxic screen, but Puffy Warrior says you can and takes down Lunar as just gonna fall to Jeem. And again, this is the issue with these when trying to play against a Jet, especially trying to play post plant. You have to take the fights at some point, and you're either gonna have to push the wall or hope that someone gets aggressive and pushes you.
Yeah, that was also unfortunate on the side of Jeem that they did not have enough, toxic juice to put up the wall for a long period of time. So that forced Luna and Jeem to push those 2 members of MSU, unfortunately not able to work out. And so MSU will be putting another round on the board. This time, they're going to be making aggressive moves toward B.
Making aggressive moves towards B as Moolah takes down 2, looking to get the 3rd, not able to get it done as Kaba's going to take them down. 3v3. Still with the spike in hand is MSU. That's going to be Angel working their way onto site, looking to get it cleared as Kaba spams through the smoke, hoping to find something, but nonetheless not able to get it done. Angel with a Marshall, hoping to just find a leg, a tag, something on one of these players. ICT, though, shoots the trap wire and then finds a bit of damage as Lunar not able to find the headshot. Puffy Warrior takes down Lunar. Puffy Warrior takes down ICT. The Judge, is it going to be the new version of the Bucky? Do we need to nerf the Judge as well?
I think we just need to nerf all shotguns and remove them from the game. I think that would be absolutely amazing. But in any case, on the side of WSU, they bought that round, right? We saw the Spectres coming out, and that means they are not going to have the rifles. I think they really wanted to try to punish MSU and try to take it into an 8-6, but unfortunately will be a 7-7, as this round they're actually partialing again. So if they lose this, they will not be able to buy in the next round. So this B fight is going to be critical.
Yeah, it's an interesting decision, right? You don't want to have to force buy twice. You want to get the full buy in there somewhere. But again, it's going to be an interesting fight if they can take this fight down middle, right? We see that Marshall's still in the hands, I believe, of Lunar. Still looking to make it sing just a little bit. Hasn't been able to find a frag yet, but ICT holding the angle again. 2K with the Judge. Takes down Angel, takes down Just. Moolah with the run it back pop, looking to make their way into Tree. No Judge this time as Puffy Warrior gets taken down. Moolah takes down Lunar as well. Kaba gonna have to push through this. Does it? But no, Puffy Warrior makes them pay. 2-on-2. Pizzasaurus able to take down Monchi on the back half of that. And we're gonna see the Phoenix v Phoenix battle, as well as Puffy Warrior stays patient, gets one as Pizzasaurus gets punished for just being loud and aggressive down towards the window. They have to know where Jim is, right?
30 seconds left.
Look at the mini map.
Enemy remaining.
The spike. They have to
Judge
come
on
toward him right
Jim.
now.
Battle for Tree as
Oh.
the snake bite. That's
Oh no.
that's difficult.
10
That is a
seconds left.
bold
Got the
move.
spike though.
Puffy Warrior, though, he grabbed the spike. Gonna be able to safely plant this one just in the nick of time. I think it's like 5 seconds left when they planted that. Don't know if the door was destroyed. Oh, but that's the trap wire that they set. Able to just give them a bit more information, and they're just gonna play around Jen and Jeem from long distance. Kura, that's the snake bite. That's the power of the snake bite when they had to retrieve the spike.
Yeah, that is. And as you said, he is good at holding it. And he did, because they had the snake bites available to just stop MSU from trying to get the spike as long as they could. And then Judge v Judge fight. I don't know, Judge gets a buff with Viper, right? Because you want to play those like close ranges when they come out of the smoke. So maybe there's a bit of a buff there. But in any case, that was really good on Jeem. Ooh, that's just going to be the shots hitting and the shots missing on that play around Generator. So that is going to put WSU once again ahead. That buy there did work out for them, but it's still going to be a really fractured economy as they're back on those Judges once again. They're going to get a little more information that there are some members of MSU playing toward A. The spike is going to be rotating here as well. So now we have 4 members of WSU already postured here.
Yeah, MSU, I believe that's going to be Puffy Warrior looking to make some sort of lurk towards middle as Monchi takes down Jeem. Vandal Diff, no longer the Judge is Goldland, but ICT makes that Judge sing out. I feel like I'm in court the amount of time I'm saying Judge, because it feels like there's at least 3 on the map at any given time. As Puffy Warrior trying to make this lurk something good. Kaba on the opposite side, but Lunar, look at the positioning, pushed up onto Catwalk. They're gonna hear the footsteps, and the paranoia comes out. I don't know that they spotted Puffy Warrior. Doesn't look like it just yet, as everyone looks to rotate safely. Luchasaurus, though, taking contact on this site. Tries to get a tag onto Angel. Don't think it happens as Moolah and Puffy Warrior able to grab a frag each. Lunar takes down Puffy and a 3v2. But the bar of Moolah is not in a fantastic place. It's going to be about 70 HP, so it's definitely workable. Lunar does have the tailwind as well. No one checks B main. Oh, I say that. Pizzasaurus just takes them down. Angel could get punished for this run, for this Hunter's Fury.
Oh,
has
no.
to cancel it and takes the fight with Angel. Can't snap onto Pizzasaurus as Pizzasaurus grabs the 3K. And that's really the first time we've seen Pizzasaurus pop off like that.
Yeah, I really would have wanted to see if Angel was going to use that Hunter's Fury. I wanted to see him play in B main instead of, I believe it was Juice that was playing in B main, because then you can back off so far and use that Hunter's Fury to be that stopping power. Unfortunately, not going to happen this time, but now WSU will have that Viper's Pit up. They use it onto a site, especially at the front of B site. That will not allow MSU to get in at all. The spike is postured toward A right now. There is more of an aggressive peek from Lunar and ICT. It's going to be that aggressive cam. But nothing is going to come of it right now. But that is mid left completely open.
Yeah, we saw the flank last map on it. I believe it was from Mula on the Rays, who was able to do some serious work. And it looks like Puffy Warrior, they're going to be able to do something very similar. One tap onto Kaba. Jeem, though, finds the players down middle. ICT gets the final frag with that judge. And we thought the lurk was going to be the difference maker. Turns out it's just Jeem. That's all it is.
It is just Jeem. I like MSU's idea of just taking that mid control, since WSU just gave it up completely. But not going to help them too much, as they were not able to capitalize fully on that. Ooh, that is a nice little one-way. I have to really learn these Viper one-ways. I don't know too much, but looks like a good agent to pick up, especially since you also really like Viper, don't you, Speezy?
Oh, absolutely. I can confirm that one way is a very solid one. There's also one down A main right above the archway. If you throw it while the barrier is still up, it will bounce off the barrier and land. So no players can peek from that right-hand side. The unfortunate thing, it does not tag many players with the decay. I have tried. It doesn't work out too hot. But if you can hit your shots for a one-way, you're going to be sitting pretty. And sitting pretty is Lunar with this operator. They made the investment. Now they have to make this pay off. Their economy isn't in a fantastic place. Or excuse me, it is in a fantastic place, but you never want to just waste 6,000 credits. As here we see the power of this one-way. Angels Sova Camp looking to find a tag onto anyone, but I don't think anyone was spotted. ICT has ICT bought a rifle this game?
I don't know, but he has already gone down, as that is going to be the run it back used, and both sides have one member down right now. 37 seconds left, and it looks like MSU are making their way toward A.
And that's a huge find from Kaba. That's the spike. They can just hold middle now. But Puffy Warrior and Manchi able to find frags. Just was able to recover that spike. Going to make their way onto site. Plenty of time left to plant. 10 HP. So if they had a lineup, we could see a snake bite come in. No, not going to happen. Jeem does have the Viper's Pit, though. So we could see that just to create space, right? Viper's Pit out heaven and short just to get your way onto site. It is certainly a possibility. Pizzasaurus going to take these fights raw. Able to get a frag onto Just, but Manchi takes down Pizzasaurus. Jeem, will they use the Viper's Pit? I don't believe so. Gonna use this toxic screen just to try and find a bit more space. What a shot from Jeem! Can they find the second one? Gonna push him off site. Shoots the camera. They could stick this. I mean, Puffy Warrior has to peek this. There's not enough time, though. Jeem gets the frag. I don't know. I don't think Jeem has this one. Would have had to get on the spike a lot earlier, and the patience from Puffy Warrior pays off as Jeem falls and Michigan State puts round number 8 on the board, stopping a pretty decent streak from Wichita there.
It took a little bit too long for that toxic screen to come down. I really liked how MSU were able to be like, okay, B is not working. We're gonna push onto A now, especially since Manchi was able to take off Lunar there. The A site was completely undefended. Had a little bit of a hiccup near the middle where the spike was dropped. Able to pick it up and finish off that round. And so it's still going to be that Viper's Pit available. And MSU have to be so careful about that. But WSU has stacked 5 members on A. And this is going to be really scary if Manchi decides to push through that smoke, as they will be met with Jeem on the other side. But neither team has too much information right now, so they're not moving too much. But that will come. Oh no. Oh no.
Just dashing right by each other, but Lunar comes out on top as Just and Angel find tags onto ICT and Jeem. That was a huge tailwind. I mean, the recon drone just barely missed spotting Jeem and only told him there was one player in tree that was going to be Manchi. So, you know what? Why not? Go for it. Full send, as it looks like Spike's going to make their way onto this B site. I think Wichita State, though, they know something's up. They have to have a clue because the Cypher Cam is there. Or excuse me, that's not
really
their Cypher Cam.
Oh! Waiting for so long. That's going to give them information that nobody is currently in market. And so they will be able to get this safe plant. And they will have pressure mid from Angel. Oh no, Angel's actually going to back off. Never mind, as there is going to be that Cypher trip there, just in case anyone decides to push up from behind. So now they know there are only 2 entrances left for WSU to come in. And both are coming in from mid.
Pizzasaurus and Kaba looking to get something done here. Are they going to check their corners? The Judge, can they make it sing? Judge Guardian, no. Just going to take down Pizza and let Puffy Warrior take the frag onto Kaba. Wichita State gives us round number 10, and this is back and forth, right? I don't think there's any way we can call this one and say, oh, this is what, Michigan needs to do, or this is what Wichita needs to do. I think right now it's just a game of momentum, right? We saw Wichita tie 3 rounds together. Now we're seeing Michigan State get 2 back-to-back. Is Wichita going to answer now is the question.
Yeah, I really think it is just an information gathering game right now because both team comps are just so similar. Not really much that people can do unless, you played the Killjoy and the Astras, as I was talking about before. Unfortunately, not going to be the case, but Pizzasaurus has already taken out Angel, and that is all the information. Gone right there.
And that's Manchi. That's another tool you can use to the Tailwind to clear corners and get information. That is gone. I mean, Wichita State is just picking Michigan apart here. They look calm, cool, and collected at the moment as, just spot Lunar there? No, as Lunar going to find the headshot onto Just. So 5v2, Michigan State, they know where you are. You can't hide. Puffy Warrior says, let's fight it out anyways. As ICT gets 1 frag, but immediately gets traded. Pizzasaurus going to take down Moolah. Puffy Warrior 1v4. Do you believe, Kura? Because I kind of do.
I mean, we've seen it before, and we could see it again, but this time they do not have the Odin. Going to be a little bit harder. There are only 2
Odin,
members.
30 seconds left.
Yeah. Members on this
Puffy can
right
isolate.
Now, I'm just like, But yeah, as I said, if they can isolate these 2 members, as they don't really have too much of a crossfire going on right now, they are able to pick off Pizzasaurus and then turn around to get Lunar. Would be doable, but it does look like they are going to look to save here, try to catch out any flanks that are coming from WSU, but they're just not going to push. They're going to stay safe, and I agree with this decision right here. They don't want to let Puffy Warrior have any chance of clutching out this round.
Yeah, smart decision, like you said, from Puffy Warrior. Saving on to that weapon. I mean, now the rest of the team able to buy up with them, as opposed to if they fall that round, I don't know that Puffy Warrior can buy into this. Look at that, 0 credits. Moolah's only got light shields, so it's going to be a difficult one. But if they're able to take this round off of Wichita State will then be struggling in terms of their economy afterwards. So it really is, like you said, it's a battle of gathering information, and it's a battle of the money right now. It's all about the moolah, if you will.
Yeah, this round is absolutely critical, as if MSU lose, that should be the game for Wichita State unless they are able to pick up on a save round. They have so many ultimates up for both sides as well, and that's going to be 1 point closer to the run it back for Michigan State. Just going to be up to where MSU decide to push. Mid, once again, completely open. So they could try to take advantage of this, but it is going to be Manchi trying to push in right now. Jet v Jet. What is the difference?
Both Jets landing a shot there. And nothing able to get done yet. But Moolah, if they're able to grab this orb, which I think they're going to play for, run it back is online, and that's going to be the go. So Moolah is just moving all the way around the map. Spike is still down on the top of Cat, if I'm not mistaken. It is safe to pick up, but it is going to be difficult to get. As you can take a look on the minimap, Mulah's run it back is online. Lunar takes Machi offline, sends him to outer space. Spike is grabbed, and 3, 2, 1. I will be willing to guarantee we hear run it back. Ready? There it is. Almost like I played too much of this game. Mullah curveballs onto site. Needs a source though. Answers with a run it back of their own. Kaba's gonna try and bait for Mulah's. Pizzasaurus trying to fight their way out of this one. Takes down Puffy Warrior. Just finds Jeem. 10 seconds left on the clock. You can hear the announcer. Mullah has to get onto the site. The spike isn't there. They're not gonna have time. Wichita State's gonna take round number 22.
Michigan State was just waiting way too long there to try to get on that site. We saw Willow hovering around that B orb for such a long time, but not taking it. And I think I do like their decision to keep the spike so far back because they have been just caught out by Wichita State so many times that they don't want to leave the spike in an unrecoverable position. But right now, this game might be unrecoverable as they're going to be going on a very weird buy of 3 rifles, a Ares, and I believe that is a Sheriff coming out for one of those members. It'd be very important for them to try to get a pick on one of these sides, especially since they don't have that run it back. They only have the Hunter's Fury to work with. And right now, that site is going to be A.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see if as soon as Jeem spots one of these, if they're going to pop the Viper's Pit. But nope, Mullah just going to get their head popped instead. They're using a ton of utility, and that's the Viper's Pit. That's going to slow down any push from Michigan State. As Hunter's Fury, though, takes down Kaba. Gonna equalize this one, 4v4. I think you have to pull back if you're Michigan State here and try to hit the opposite site. As long as that Viper's Pit is on this A site, you are up a creek without a paddle, as they like to say.
And now they are moving off, but we have the camera from mid, from ICT, making sure that they know when MSU are moving. And now we have Pizzasaurus sitting up Cat, and this could be very critical here, and they're going to pick off Angel. And there are 30 seconds left. They have to go now.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, they cannot wait any longer. Michigan State making their way onto site. It is just Jeem, but it is a Viper in the pit. So going to be able to basically one-shot any player, no matter where, if they're in this Viper's Pit. And it's covering all but a sliver of sight. As Jeem gets spotted out, but what? Was it the snake bite? Was it the weapons? Who knows? Jeem takes down another one. Manchi, though, tries to make their way on site, gets vulnerable, drops the Viper. Jeem can play around, or excuse me, Manchi can play around this, but Pizzasaurus sends them packing. Wichita State answers back after a convincing win from Michigan in map number 1. Wichita is going to take map number 2, and we are going on to bind for map number 3, Karaniko.
It looks like the Viper has made all the difference for Wichita State, as we just saw the Viper's Pit at the very end not allowing for Michigan State to be able to plant. I'm very surprised actually that they did not choose to leave and go for B, especially since there were no members of Wichita State holding there. But unfortunate, as they will be falling 13-9.
They fall 13-9. And we are going to fall to a quick break. When we come back, we will be seeing the deciding map of Bind. If I'm not mistaken, I think, let me double check here so I give correct information. Michigan State is going to be on defense first. So Bind is a very defensive-sided map. They're going to have to look out to jump to an early lead and snowball quickly because, I mean, we've seen it before. Wichita, they know how to answer and they can stop momentum pretty quick. So stay tuned. We'll be right back, and map number 3 is coming up.
which way do we go is the question to ask. There are so many choices that it's hard not to look past. What is real and what is fake, and the risk we have to take. Will we know what is throwing off our balance? We're trying to find ourselves without the defining words. We can no longer hold on to what only makes us hurt. We cannot sink into the dark. The vertigo is getting sharp. There's something greater than ourselves that we must reach for. Into the infinite that we must reach. Into the infinite that we must reach. Into the infinite that we must reach. Into the infinite that we must reach.
Gamers, welcome back as we are going to have map number 3 between the Michigan State Spartans and the Wichita State Shockers. Kura, we saw a great map 2 on Ascent where Michigan State played pretty well, able to kind of bring some things back, but I mean, what can we expect here after Wichita takes map number 2? I mean, both these teams playing super well, but somebody's got to win, right?
That is true, and we will find out for this map 3. But again, I'm gonna go back to the Astra and Killjoy. Can you please pull it out again? Because I think it worked out so well, and I think it's gonna work out well on Bind. But I also know that Viper is quite strong on Bind. So maybe, what if we get like an Astra, Killjoy, and Viper at the same time? Eh?
You are asking for a lot there. I would say I would be on board for it. I think it's a great idea, but you have to play as a team, right? I think one of the things that we talked about during this break is that it seems very free-flowing at the moment. No one's really sticking together. No one's trading super well. It feels very puggy, if you will. So hopefully these teams can start to tie something together, play off of each other, right? Map number 1, we saw the breach. Angel was just kind of by themselves most parts of the game. But it looks like as these agent choices come in, these players are going back to comfort, and we're just going to rely on raw aim duels here.
Yeah, there are actually no flashes except for the Omen Paranoia coming out on the side of Wichita, which is quite surprising for me, but at least on the side of MSU, they will have those Reyna Lears available. But we'll see. This is a very similar comp to that previous match, but there is no Viper locked anywhere, and this actually surprises me greatly as both teams have just opted for that Sova this time.
Yeah, and we talked about it again during break. Viper, this is a map where she can really have a lot of creativity and a lot of impact. So very curious to hear what the reasoning is why Wichita State chose not to bring out the Viper, especially when Jeem's been dominating for, I would say, the last game, and it played pretty well. Carried Wichita on map number 1. So again, maybe they think they're lacking some sort of information gathering, right? We touched on it last map. There wasn't really anything to get that information. So let's see if Jeem has these Sova darts practiced and lined up and ready to go. But as we say that, map number 3, Wichita, Michigan State. Kura, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Who's taking map number 3?
Oh no. Well, it seemed like Wichita State were doing really well on the basically a similar composition to what they have now. So my bets are going to be on Wichita State, actually. What about you, Speezy?
Taking Wichita State, I'm not going to lie to you. I may have to go with Puffy Warrior and the boys. I think that, or excuse me, Puffy Warrior and the folks over at Michigan State. I think if they can play together, this is a map where you, again, let Monchi go. Let them dash into sight, double blast pack onto sight, and do their thing. But Spike is getting planted on A already. There's yet to be a single frag recorded in. Right-click Mulat, as well as Puffy Warrior, able to find some damage and 2 kills. Mulat down to 21 HP, going to pick up that frenzy. Lunar going to play really far off-site here. See if anyone comes around on the lurk, but all 5 players from Michigan State are going to be on site. 2 in heaven, 2 in short, and 1 on triple boxes. So Manchi, you can have someone stick this and just kind of feel it out. Angel takes down Kaba. Manchi's going to stick it. Jeem takes down Angel, and Puffy Warrior takes down Jeem. I don't think this can go any other way. Michigan State convincingly gonna take the opener of map number 3.
Yeah, I was about to just mention that. Reminder that Monty is playing the Reyna. You know, you don't have blast packs on Reyna, and you can't get in as fast as Jet. They're just gonna be using those Illyrs as much as they can before it gets shot down for Michigan State to be able to, hold down the site from the onslaught of Wichita State University. Now, going into this, MSU should be able to pick up a second round with this partial buy that is going on as they have more members stacked toward B. And this is where Wichita State are going to hit. They do have Jeem actually sitting back at A. Manchi though takes out Lunar, and that is going to be the backup from Angel. That pairing once again just dominating and pushing back Wichita State.
And that's what we were talking about, right? Is enabling Manchi. I did make the mistake and say they were on Raze, but going to be on Reyna and working extremely well with the Angel to find that opener. I believe someone on Michigan, it was Manchi, grabbed a Vandal as well, which is in second round extremely bold. Manchi just raw peaked to shorty. 3K, can they get the 4th? I mean, this is what we wanted to see, is just let Manchi free, and so far that's been the game plan.
And that is going to be the quick cleanup coming in from Juice. Michigan State will be able to take that flawless and the second round over, and they already have that Empress coming out from Manchi. So in the next round, those sight holds are just going to be so much stronger, because going into an Empressing Reyna, not the plan for any attacking team.
Oh, it's certainly not the plan, and you do not want to do it. You get the rate of fire, and if you get the frag and are able to dismiss away, you can create so much havoc. As we see here, the full buy is going to come through for Wichita State. Nothing too shocking there. 5 Vandals across the board, and Michigan going to see if they can make this hodgepodge buy work. Can they get something going, or can they continue this streak with these weapons? Mula still yet to die, as well as Puffy Warrior, so looking for the perfect game. It's happened once before, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if we can get it again. As this is a quick play. Michigan State is just super aggro.
Oh no.
That's
they
Spike.
Don't know, and that is the spike down. Actually, on the other side, we have Jeem slowly encroaching in. So these 2 defenders are going to have to be a little careful staying in short for a long period of time, as they're surrounded on both sides. But it's going to be Manji coming out and immediately getting taken down.
Yeah, that Empress almost seemingly wasted as Mula gets a kill on the Kaba. Juice going to take down Lunar, and Jeem trying to get it done from the flank. We talked about Manchi being the difference maker with that Empress, but as soon as they peaked with it, just got immediately destroyed. And if there were to be a clutch, I'm not saying that Jeem will do it. I'm not saying that they can't do it, but you have to hang that as kind of the question mark, right, of where this round could have gone wrong for Michigan State.
30 seconds left.
Jeem gets a frag through the smoke.
Left? Oh, not going to work out, as they will get counter spammed. through the smoke, and that is really good for Michigan State as they are up to a 3-0 lead, and they have recovered 2 rifles. They will not need to buy for this round, and that is going to be the Odin once again coming out for Puffy Warrior, and that is going to help them hold B site that much more. And since Wichita State is going to be on that save, should be that simple 4-0, and it would be out to a really good lead on Bind defense.
Yeah, not only out to a strong lead, but the economy would be booming. It would allow them to possibly get Manchi on that operator. It allows them to consistently buy Odins as Manchi just peeks into showers, gets the orb. Also, to our observer Juke, I don't know if we can see a slow-mo of that, but Manchi's W key was to pick up the orb. Just keeping that in mind. Kura, I don't know if you've ever done that. I certainly haven't, because my W key is go, which Lunar just did into sight as well as Kaba. That's going to be the B site cleared and opened up. Spike's going to be able to plant. Manchi pushing it in, gets Smith, get a little bit of intel here, gets the Lear out, but ICT barrel stuffing Manchi to hold it down. Juice takes down ICT on site, and looks like Kaba's lining up a huge paranoia here. Both players are playing contact, neither looking at the site, really.
Last player standing.
They're not going to know as that is going to be the paint shells coming out, and Mula will be able to just clean up those 2 members. Juice is going to sit behind and be like, thank you very much. He's actually going to just give that over to Mula as a reward for their hard work, as they will be able to get that showstopper going into that next round, and it's going to, again, help them hold off the push from Wichita State. But potentially, if Jeem could use that Hunter's Fury to pick them out, then that could be that showstopper immediately taken down. As we saw, the Empress was taken down, I believe, in that 3rd round. So now in this 5th round, we will have rifles coming out from both sides. And once again, it's going to be a critical round for WSU to win, because if they don't, they're going to be going on that save once again. I'm going to take a little page out of Ravish's vocabulary, because he likes to say that quite often, the ping pong economy. You know, you get the rifles one round, going back to the save, and back and forth and back and forth. That is what Wichita State is going through right now. There's going to be a lot of damage actually done to Manchi, so they will not be able to peek these aggressive angles as they have done before. But once again, Spike is going to be dropped really far back. I'm not going to have too much information on either side. Manchi, once again, holding showers, might actually start pushing out here, but they're gonna stay in the corner for a little bit.
Yeah, just gonna hide out a little bit, hang out with the buddies. Pizzasaurus does have hookah control, and this is something that we haven't seen all too often, is the smokes of omens. I mean, it's feeling a lot like neither of these teams are trying to, you know, delay or do anything with their smokes, as they're just hitting that go button as Jeem uses the Hunter's Fury to find 2. Michigan State going to find themselves in their first unadvantageous position here. Manchi, though, still alive at 26 HP. Mula has that showstopper. Manchi gets punished for just running around the corners. No walking, knife out. Jeem will secure that one. Juice, who has still yet to die, is holding it down, trying to keep the perfect game alive as Mula gets tagged through the tube. I like the blast pack there from Mula as well. Smoke goes out from Juice. Pizzasaurus playing close on this angle and gets destroyed by Juice. Pizzasaurus just deleted from the shadows, gets popped. I mean, technically Mula could stick that. It's halfway. They got the frag. No, Mula, just highway robbery on Wichita State.
What? Right there, using the from the shadows was a very interesting choice coming out from Kaba, and then they actually took it while Mula was sitting on that spike, and you see that, and that is not it. Let me tell you, that is not it. That is going to be actually the first death coming out from Jusum. No perfect game for them, unfortunate. And we'll only keep that one in the history books. Now going to this, it's going to be WSU. Actually do have a Vandal picked up right now. But, oh no. Oh no, that is
They may-
Manji picking up that initial frag. Happens so often, and they're going to be rewarded. They could be rewarded with another right now, as that is the spike as well.
Manji is just in complete control right now. Gets a third before falling, and Juice, I'm pretty sure, didn't even see the second player, but will happily take the double kill. Michigan State is in complete and utter control right now, and you have to ask, if you're in that Wichita, that Discord, TeamSpeak, whatever they're using, what do you think that sounds like right now, Kura? Are they asking for a timeout? Are they raging at each other? Put yourself in their shoes. What do you think's going on in that server?
Please get Manji coming out of showers. Please come back me up. I think that's it. I mean, I think if they shut down Manji there, that's a very easy first initial pick. And they can take advantage of if he does it again. And they're actually going to be going down long. And there we go. That is the advantage I wanted to, as Angel is going to pick up 2 in hookah, so it's not going to look too great for WSU once again.
It certainly won't. Puffy Warrior on site with an Odin, makes it sing, gets Kaba. Jeem takes down Puffy, but Moolah's going to take down Jeem. And Angel, what? Angel started in hookah, got a 2K, then somehow made their way outside of hookah, and it's able to find the final rag. 7 straight. Michigan State has shown up in a huge way on map number 3. They look super comfortable right now, and you have to ask, I mean, is this a map that possibly they pick up now in their map pool instead of split?
Yeah, that could be the case, because as we see, Michigan State just did not have to use any ultimates there. It was just all raw aim duels, especially. It was the save round coming out from WSU, but this time, WSU has a few more ultimates to work with, and that is going to be Manji once again. Oh no, that is not the second shot we want, but it doesn't matter, because the rest of the team is there to back it up. And again, no ultimates pop. They don't even need them.
Blinding.
Yeah, no ultis, no problem. Moolah gonna push their way into the market with the blast pack before decapitating Kaba. Swaps weapons, doesn't matter. Little shimmy, little shake, little one tap onto Pizzasaurus as Moolah gets round number 8. I mean, Kura, how do you, other than stopping Manchi, who's not even top fragging right now, which is beside, like, I'm in utter disbelief of that. Wichita is, Jeem has a sack and is looking like Santa trying to carry this team to at least get a round win. I think if you can take one round win, you start to get some confidence back, but it's very difficult right now for Wichita State.
Yeah, they're waiting for the aggression to come to them, but it is not working out. As we see, they're trying to catch out those members. And this could be that first initial fight, and there we go. That is at least one and should be a rifle obtained for Jeem. That could help them a little bit more, as we are in a 3v3. Make that a 3v1 situation. It was looking so good until it looked so bad.
It certainly does look bad if you're a Wichita State Shockers fan. But hey, the Shockers, they have this hashtag for March Madness season, and it's Shock the World, and they will have to do that. Shock the World, shock CF1 if they want to have any chance of coming back right now. I mean, it is 9-0. After the last 2 maps we saw, Kura, I didn't expect this. I don't think anybody did.
I did not expect it either. Honestly, I think this round, let's have Pizzasaurus just blast back onto the site and use that showstopper. I think that could help them a lot in getting that initial pick when Michigan State decide not to push out. I don't know. I think they'll still decide to push out, but maybe it will help them a little bit more in doing the immediate 150 damage. And you're hitting the headshots, you can hit the result, right? But Manchi is pushed up forward once again. They are really not punishing them right now.
Not being punished at all, as Moolah was able to make the read. There was 2 players in showers, use the the boom bot, just let it do its thing, and then as soon as that dark cover came down from their teammate, just got out of dodge. As we see the op battle we've been waiting for so long, Lunar v Manchi, Manchi v Lunar, doesn't matter. Jeem takes down Juice, and Lunar is able to win out on Manchi, so Wichita State, they have the advantage, but we've seen this before where they throw it away. 2 ultimates available. It's the Neural Theft and the Hunter's Fury. You have to use them this round if you want to secure the round at least. Because I have a feeling Mula's about to hit a ridiculous shot.
Yeah, there we go. That's going to be spamming down Jim so much, and that is the aggressive Raze ulti that I wanted to see. That's going to be the Hunter's Fury, able to trade one back, and oh, this is going to be a very interesting thing right there with both Silvas popping their ultimates. It's going to be Puffy Warrior in a 1v3 situation, and this is very doable because these players are not necessarily playing together.
They are not, but Lunar just whiffs on that op shot. Puffy Warriors got the Odin, does a little bit of damage onto
that's
the
bound.
Sova. That's going to be Jim. Kaba locks it down. Wichita State on the board, but is it too late? I mean, 9-1. Let's take a look at the scoreboard here. ICT looking like Olive Garden with that breadstick in the kills department. Lunar not doing too hot either. I think if my math is correct, and it's not my strong suit, Jim has more frags than the rest of his team combined.
Yes, that is correct. I can confirm that. It is 13-9 right now. Hopefully that's not the score at the end, you know, like, because I guess they want the 13. It could be. They could win 12 rounds in a row. This is actually quite possible.
The hope.
But it is going to be, that is going to be the duel won by Manchi, and they're just going to be able to get out.
And Kaba gonna make Manchi pay for not dismissing to the opposite side, but Neural Theft goes out. Kaba takes down Angel. Showstopper does a significant amount of damage to Mula, who's gonna fall to the follow-up paint can. 4v2, Wichita State now starting to play with a little bit of momentum. Can ICT get out? They get paranoid first by Juice as Juice takes down their teammate Pizzasaurus. Puffy Warrior has been spotted by the recon dart, so they have an idea and an inkling as to where they are. ICT gets one. Juice takes down the second, sprays through the wall, not able to find the frag. Kaba's going to get the wall bang headshot on the Juice and give Wichita State their second round.
Last round in the half.
Yeah, Wichita State are just able to use their ultimates now since they aren't dying. Now, the ultimates are not the ones dying first, as that's going to be the Showstopper pop, I believe it was the Neural Theft pop, and the Hunter's Fury. So great on their side for being able to use that. And this time, they will only have the Blade Storm and the From the Shadows. Maybe they could try for a fake onto one of these sites, as they have been pretty good at drawing the attention, as they are playing more as a 5-man unit. But they're going against 2 Odins and an Operator right now, so it is not going to be an easy task.
Spike down A.
Oh no, and there we go. That is going to be WSU taking the advantage 4-3 right now. That's going to be the spike planted, and Mula here will not be able to capitalize on that position. So they are only left with Puffy Warrior and Jim in this unfortunate situation.
Puffy Warrior finds one, taking out the Blade Storm from Lunar before being traded by Pizzasaurus. And Angel with an Operator is extremely difficult. As we say that, Jim makes the Vandals sing and gets their third round. Wichita State starting to mount maybe a comeback here. This is a defensive-sided map, so it's certainly possible. We won't count anything out.
Yep, it's going to be up to, honestly, ICT and Pizzasaurus just being able to keep those members of MSU off the site until the rest of the members of WSU can rotate over. We see that they are playing on those separate sites right now, so they have that stopping power available. Seems like ICT might be playing in hookah, so if they dive first, because it looks like Mula is getting ready to push up here with Manchi, that duo that we like to see. I guess it's Angel, Manchi, Mula, and Manchi. Duelist duo. You know, good enough, right? It is that duo that is very, very scary. That's going to be the initial camera just taken out, and this is going to be up to ICT right now.
Yeah, Wichita just left ICT on an absolute island on this B site as they get tagged, but not first kill, as Puffy Warrior strikes first. Mulan Juice able to get their own frags as well. Pizzasaurus answers back with that Sheriff. 800 credits in the pistol. Hefty investment, but making it work. Wichita State, they are showing up in these past couple of rounds.
Yeah, ICT was able to stay alive for so long there, just in that Hyuga area. to catch out those members of MSU before they were able to take him out. Unfortunately, I think the shock dart was aimed at them, but did not hit. Did not pass geometry class, I guess. Go to school. But this is going to be WSU trying to close that lead as much as they can. They have bought up with the Guardian, actually on one of their members. They're going to be pushing out quite far here, and that is going to be that first pick. Not a second, as that will do a lot of damage, but they are coming up short right now.
And Juice gonna try and hit this Paranoia. Not able to. Doesn't send it out just yet as they tag Pizzasaurus down to 17 HP. Pizzasaurus run and gun, no problem. Finds a third. Can they find a fourth? Yes, they do onto Manchi, and ICT cleans it up. Cora, I can't say anything else other than my jaw is on the floor and my brain hurts because it was 9-1 at one point. Like the half was 9-3. Wichita State has climbed back significantly. Michigan, if they lose this round, is broke. They will have the 2,900 credit loss bonus, but by no means. I mean, that's what Mulah's got 3,100 credits. Manchi will be at 3K. The money's just not there if you're Michigan. So this is in the hands of Wichita right now. They're in total control.
Gonna be up to winning those 1v1s, and Manchi is gonna take that first one on Kaba though.
Certainly is. Manchi looks to make their way onto site, gets the trade. 3v3. We finally see them start to play together.
Oh no.
And as
oh no, that's Lunar.
That's the spike.
That's the spike. Now MSU only have those two members left. Okay, that's one. They're gonna have to need to win this fight here against Lunar, and seems like Mula is also making their way. Will be able to pick up that spike on the backside, and with Angel holding A short, should be able to get that A plan off.
Yeah, they will just have to clear this as Lunar looks to rotate through. I think there's a new call out for that. I think we're calling it Wishbone. I used to call it Cave. Apparently, I heard this weekend it's called Wishbone multiple times on VCT. So Wishbone, Cave make their way through. Lunar shocked that they let the spike get picked up, let alone planted. Gives Michigan just a little bit of extra credits. Angel here, looking to get something done, sitting in this lamp's position. Is Lunar going to clear it in time? They have an idea, but there's two players and can't find a tag onto either as Mullah takes down Lunar. Jeem is going to tap the spike, just hop right off as well, and Mullah not buying it. 10-5, Michigan State answers back, and Showstoppers online.
There is only one shock dart available to try to clear out those members from U-Haul. Not going to be used, and that is going to be round number 10 for MSU as they have finally stopped that 5-round streak coming out from WSU. Then we will have ICT on that judge. Seems like they really do like that judge quite a bit. So hopefully they are able to take advantage of that as they are playing in Hugo right now. MSU going to have that full rifle buy. Again, the economy is still looking a little bit shaky. They hopefully do not walk into the crosshairs here, as that would be quite unfortunate for them.
Yeah, ICT stays patient. We've seen them go to work before, but Mullah just raw off the angle, takes ICT off the headshot. Very well done from Mullah. That's the opening that Michigan State was looking for. They do have the showstoppers, so have to see if we're going to get aggressive as Angel catches Pizzasaurus trying to sneak around the side here. Angel, can they find the other one? No, Lunar with the Spectre. Very well done from Lunar. Great crosshair placement on that frag as well. Manchi, this is the big challenge. This is the final boss. Can you fight Manchi 1v1? Oh! Yes, through the smoke. Takes down Manchi. 2v2 now. It's going to be Juice. Juice looking to get something done. Can find the Omen. Timing, is it there? Not yet, but they have to know Angel on the opposite side of this. This is going to, or excuse me, Jeem. They have to hold this cross. Jeem. The timing on that Paranoia.
Oh no.
Last player standing.
No. Oh no.
Mullah.
That's gonna be WSU. I thought it was done when the showstopper came out. And they brought Jeem to such low HP, but WSU able to pull it out, keeping themselves back into it, not allowing MSU to take that streak again.
Yeah, here we see the huge frags from Lunar as they were able to take down Manchi. We said that's the battle that has to go in the favor of MSU. Manchi, again, still somehow not top fragging because Mula is going off just quietly. But if you want to win, you have to attack Manchi, and that's what they're doing so far for Wichita State. I think every round that they've won, Manchi has been either the first or second kill that they've gotten in ICT, working in hookah with this judge. Angel flexing that immortal gun buddy, little subtle flex on us gold casters. It's fine. We'll take it.
Okay.
One day we'll get there. What the wall bang from Mula? Just X-ray vision. I thought Cypher was the one with the camera. You can't do that.
Now, when you play there for such a long time, what can you do at that point? Just know that they're going to be there. Going to be WSU at that member disadvantage right now. We have Angel all the way lurking in A showers. They're going to have at least the information that nobody is there. They're going to back off and go toward A right now, which is the correct decision. We have Jeem as that only one in U-Haul. And they're going to need to do work if they want to stop MSU from going onto this site. But again, this is still very doable. Okay, gets that 1-for-1. Honestly, more than you could ask for.
Certainly is, as Lunar makes their way on the site with the Blade Storm. They were tagged by, I believe it was the recon drone. Juice takes down one with that judge. Pizzasaurus whiffs the showstopper, but doesn't whiff with the Vandal. Can't control the shots as Angel's going to take them down. It's Kaba versus the world. Kaba does have 2 shrouded steps, but no smokes to work with just yet. Look at the angle from Mula, boosted up on the ticket booth. He gets spotted, can't get the frag as Kaba takes him down. 36 HP now. Kaba, 1v2. The crossfire is semi there. I will say, gonna fake the TP. Love that. See if we can bait out some sort of information, but then gonna run on the spike. Gonna tap it, and the bluff is going to be called as Angel takes down Kaba for the 11th round, and Michigan State that much closer to securing their first win of Split 2.
Good early pick and then good rotate coming out of MSU, knowing what to actually do in that situation because they know that ICT is basically that main member who is holding down that B site. And when they get taken down like that, you know that the rest of WSU are going to be just running over just to make sure that there is nobody there. That's going to be 11-6, extending their lead to 5 rounds. Now they have the Empress, have the Hunter's Fury. And that's going to be an early Lear coming out in B long. That's going to be the dark cover to hold them out as well, but that is both Lears used, so they will not have any more flashes except for the Paranoia to get onto that site.
Yeah, and I don't believe Wichita State has any more dark covers as well, right? There's this one elbow, and there's also one in garden. So if they can take down Kaba, there's nothing to delay the push from Michigan State as Manchi and Mula each find a frag. Jeem's going to find Manchi, though, here on the elbow, and Juice is going to get that spike planted. Waiting for the reinforcements here is Jeem as they're able to find Puffy Warrior hanging out in the hookah lounge. Jeem has to get something, has to get another frag. They are a couple points away from that Hunter's Fury. Pizzasaurus throws a paint shell in the tube, gets popped by Juice. Jeem, can they get it? No! Match point for Michigan State. And we have to critique Wichita right there, right? No abilities were used to slow down that onslaught from Michigan State.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what else can you do for the onslaught of Manchi and Empress? It's a little bit difficult. All you can do is try to dome him in the head, which is what Jeem was able to do in elbow, but not enough at the very end. The Sova Dart did spot out quite a few members of MSU, but not able to take any of them down in the end. And that is going to put Wichita State on this scuffed bye. They're really going to have to play together and try to get those initial picks. Marshall headshots incoming? Perhaps. Oh, that is a body shot. That will help just a little bit more. But Manchi will be able to stay alive, and that is a Guardian. Pizzasaurus has been really good on that today. Looks like MSU are not going to be deterred too much, though, as they're going to once again still keep some presence outside of A. And that is, I don't believe that is a recoverable weapon for the side of WSU. That will only be that member advantage going down. So now, because there has been no noise, WSU are slowly rotating off. Pizzasaurus has picked off Monchi, so MSU are down 2 members at this point. And that is going to be Angel right now, being able to pick off that first one to making a 3v4. No depth coming out from WSU, and they know where they are. That makes it into a 3v3 situation. Still very doable for the side of WSU. And now they have 2 elements available. And Sova is not actually playing far back, so they will not be able to fully take advantage of that Hunter's Fury. That's going to be the Paranoia coming out. Puffy Warrior takes down Pizzasaurus. ICT able to trade one back, and it is a 1v2 situation right now. Still very doable for WSU. And it's going to be Juice having to come up huge, able to get the first one, and able to get the second one. And that is going to be MSU taking it 13-6 and getting their first win of split number 2. And it looks like we are going to have some mic issues going on from Speezy right now, so I'll be taking you a little bit until that is fixed, as you're gonna unplug it and then try to plug it back in. But that will be MSU able to take this series 2-1, and they'll be putting their first win on the board, as which the state are going to be in a little bit of a dire straits right now at 0-2. Is the mic working right now? Oh no, it seems like it is still not. I guess not every, you can't like I guess, what is it, turn it off and turn it back on again every single time. There's sometimes you gotta do a little bit more than that. But just looking at this, Monchi with the 9 first bloods. We said it at the beginning of this series, and we'll say it again. You just gotta shut them down, as we saw them being really impactful on the defense and on the offense. Just getting that member advantage for, I believe, is MSU, and helping them get more map control. If there's anything else here, not too much, as most of the first bloods actually go over to MSU. So they were just playing with that member advantage, and Wichita State just could not bounce back from that. So we will be going into a short break. Hopefully, Mike's situation will be worked out by then, but we will come back for an interview. So do not leave just yet, and we will be right back.
to the other side. The other side. I'm the only one alive. Get me to the other side. The other side.
And welcome back. The situation has been figured out, and we are joined now by Monchi, the duelist from Michigan State. Monchi, first of all, congrats on the win tonight. How's everyone feeling?
Thank you. Vibes are high, spirits are high, for sure. We've been in a dry spell recently, so this win is definitely good to pick up.
Well, we love to hear that. Map number 1, I have to ask, you guys chose Split. It's a map that we've seen you play before. You look practiced, you look dialed, but at the half, you found yourself down 8-4. What was going on in those Discord servers or in the communications? Were you guys getting down on yourselves, or was it more of like, hey, we're fine, we got this, attack sided, we'll be able to bang this one out?
No, actually, yeah, we have a pretty good history on Split. It might actually be our best map and most practiced map. I think during the half, we were kind of just going through our routine, like noting how much ult charge they had, patterns that they played, and vibes were high for sure. We were actually kind of distracted on current events, so I think allowing ourselves to like pull back from the game a little bit and focus on other things was helpful during the halftime, for sure.
Absolutely. Kura, any questions for Monchi, the absolute legend, with the pop-off performance tonight?
Now, one question I wanted to ask, is it always your play style to be so aggressive? And what do you do when it gets shut down? Because I know there are some times where teams can kind of adapt to that play style in later maps and be able to look out for you on those aggressive positions. So how do you end up dealing with that?
Yeah, I tend to play extremely forward and aggressively. There's like a fine balance you have to strike when you play like an aggressive play style. Try to avoid putting your hand in the cookie jar too often. I find that if my aggressive plays are shut down super hard, I dial back a little bit, rely on my teammates a little bit more, use their utility. Yeah, I just like playing really fast and trying to take opportunities for my team.
Yeah, definitely. We saw the 9 first bloods definitely took opportunity for your team. And one other question I wanted to ask you, why not the Astra and Killjoy again? It was so good on Split, and I feel like you could just keep that over to all those other maps.
That's a great point. We haven't really considered Astra and Killjoy together on Bind. That was actually the first game I haven't played Jet in like half a year, actually. We thought they were gonna run Viper on Bind because they ran Viper on Split and Ascent, and I felt like I was getting shut down as Jet when they ran Viper. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna pick Reyna. And then they didn't have Viper, but it worked out.
It all works out in the end. I mean, Coach Kura giving you guys some new strats to possibly take back to the Michigan State stronghold. But
for sure.
Monchi, I have to ask, right? Bind, we haven't seen you guys play it before. Is it practice? Is it dialed in? What's the team's map pool looking like at this stage in Valorant? We're supposed to get a new map pretty soon. 6 in the rotation. What are we working with here at Michigan State?
Yeah, exciting stuff. Bind is one of our more practice maps, probably because it warrants the work required. It's like, if you look at our record on Bind, it's not too hot, so we felt like we need to put more hours on that map compared to other maps like Split. But yeah, we're big fans of Split. Ascent, we put a lot of work on that, and we pretty much just ban Icebox every game, every series.
Icebox. It is the permaban for far too many teams, I think. Kura loves it. I love it. Steidel, the other casters love it. So just practice a little bit and we can see an Icebox maybe, please. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
I do like Icebox personally,
maybe.
but I get vetoed by the team. So
there we go. No, confirmed. Manchi gets what Manchi wants. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Manchi. Before we let you go, anyone you want to give a shout out to, teammates, staff, what can you give to the CF1 community?
Shout out at Sovereign G, coach for MSU Valorant. Doesn't get paid. He's put in a lot of hours and a lot of effort for sure. Very good guy. Always keeps morale high when it's needed. Shout out my roommates. They're watching. Shout out you guys. Nice production value. Very cool.
Thank you. We appreciate that very much.
Sorry,
and congrats again. It's all good. I did too. But congratulations again on the win. That's going to do it for us here tonight. Kuro, congrats on your first CF1 cast. It's been a pleasure. We hope to seeing you very soon. Manchi, congrats to you guys on the big win, getting on the board in split number 2, and hopefully climbing up those ranks. But on behalf of myself and the production team, as well as the CF1 staff back at home and in Twitch chat, we will see you folks back here tomorrow night when we have the West region, if I'm not mistaken. I think we may have the wrong slide, but nonetheless, it will be the West region. Make sure you stay tuned on at CF1 Esports Twitter, and that way you can figure out when the West region, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. And we will have a great matchup tomorrow night, if I'm not mistaken. I think hopefully it's supposed to be San State as they look to regain their dominance after falling last week to UC Irvine. But nonetheless, that's going to do it for us here tonight at CF1. We hope to see you tomorrow night and have a great evening.